9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Things look a bit strange, don't they? Yes. That used to be a smaller version of the the screen. Yeah, things have definitely changed. I think yesterday when my kids were having some fun, they changed a couple of things. Yep, definitely changed a couple of things. Well, that's easy enough to fix. At least I know what has been adjusted. I haven't had time to run through the stream to find out exactly what they changed, but that's one of the scenes, I guess. Maybe they wanted to see I should change it. Yeah. So welcome. We're gonna be doing that didn't change. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a little show called what's the show called again? Diagnosis. Me taking a look at your tactics and let's get it on. Yes. Hi there, Godspurs. Hope you're well. Yes. Welcome. We got some. We don't have a lot of tactics in today, so putting this out in case you want to share your tactics. We'll try and give it a go. Yep. There you go. The link is in chat. Okay, so we're gonna have a look at one tactic straight away. Please work. Yep. I missed yours last time out. I thought I did your tactic. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was one tactic, right? You put in. Damn it! This even Dropbox, right? Different, really. Yeah. Where's my file request now? Damn it! Oh, there it is. Say, Dropbox is also trying to be too smart for its own good now. Let me see where your tactic is. Discord challenges me is here. Simple. This is the one. I got another tactic I didn't do that day. This too. Then we got BYT Tiki Press had a tactic in as well. And this tactic. So we got basically 4 tactics. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so download it. Now because Discord challenges me, it's come in and it's kind of messed the party a bit more. Yeah, I know I've got a tactic. It's called Tottenham version 1 Godspurs. And let's not get into the whole discussion about Liverpool. Yeah, I think Arne Slot has got a lot to answer for. I think Liverpool have just gone tits up in their football. It's so bad now. Yeah. And it's probably going to I mean, honestly, right, Roger 4231 Zany has already been done. And that's why it says replace the file. So one of the tactics we don't have to do anymore. Roger Spurs fan version 1. Well, just have a look at the tactic just in case. Okay, yeah, that's into the Discord folder. Alright, so we've got these load some tactics in here. Today's date, right? So all these tactics are deleted. I'm not looking at anything before then, so it's only these tactics. Tottenham! This looks familiar. This is the tactic you've been using to storm the title. AVBIF. I've seen this tactic before. This the one on Discord. It's the one on Discord, yeah. Still working unless things have really changed. Yeah, it's the one from Discord. Or is it the link I just put up? Let me click on my own link. Yeah, it still works. The one I put in chat works, and the one that is in Discord still works. Discount that one, okay? All right. So let's see if you got your tactic coming in. So I will look at the other tactics first. Okay, no worries. Okay, we'll look at Tiki Press and simple tag. This one, the 4-2-3 one. Okay, DLP box to box for FB. Nice tactic. Don't change it. Yeah, it's I mean, maybe it's a bit too defensive. Yeah, the out of possession might be a bit. I mean, but it still works. Yeah, I would just push this guy up here. I wouldn't leave him here because this makes it too defensive. Yeah. If you want to set up an out of possession tactic for the 4-2-3-1, you can easily play it as a 4-2-4 DM, or you can play it as a 4-2 and then you can put this guy here. Because you need to have a counter attack, right? You can't just sit back and, I mean, if you wanted to and put backs to the wall, and maybe that's an option, but then you'd be looking too much at Arnie slot time to play 90 minutes against PSG, which, as we all know, doesn't really end well for any kind of team. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Arnie slot jokes today. You can't slot in a working tactic anymore. Yeah, the players don't slot into positions, their designated positions. Ane slot, it should go lah. I'm gonna say it. It should go. I think he's trying too hard to be. The problem with him is he's trying to be Pep Guardiola without the Pep and the Gua. Only the Ola. Oh no. Yeah, he's just terrible. He's just terrible at what he's doing. I can tell you this much. I'm not even interested in watching Liverpool play anymore. I'm like a big fan, but I'm not going to be asked to get up in the morning just to watch them play like crap. Like, without a proper tactical plan. I mean, when you leave one of your best creators on the bench, then you go in. It's quite sad. Liverpool have turned into a pale reflection of themselves. Okay, so let's look at this tactic. Go to 2D straight away. 4-2-3-1, right? I mean, honestly, right? We're basically right to left. Okay, so this is our team. Look at how you're lined up. This is where your OP formation comes into play, right? My advice to most people is when you create a tactic, you got to think in terms of OP and IP to be closely related. Don't like, when we're defending, we're going to be like this. No, you can't think like that. And that's the mistake many people make in the community. Okay, you got to think about, okay, you've lost the ball. 10 seconds later, how do you want to defend? That's how you got to think. And if your positions are very deep, then you're affecting your team, because then you're allowing the opposition to come really deep into your half, which explains what's happening in the match engine right now. A lot of the things that people are facing in the match engine is because why isn't my team defending? It's because you've asked your team to drop really deep first up. What do you expect? So your team will only really start defending well into their own half. So you got to think in terms of that as well. So because the moment you lose the ball, you got to count 10 seconds if you apply counter pressing. And even if you haven't applied counter pressing, then you've got mixed settings, right? And mixed settings depend on your mentality. Most people are not playing on defensive. They're playing on, what are they playing on? They're playing on attacking or positive, right? So it means that your players are still going to counter press when it's good for them. So in an attacking sense, you're doing really well. Yeah. So the formation attacking is good. I just think that you just have to push the guy up a bit. Yeah. So I will never ever play. I will never play so many players in my own half, because when you play like this, right, you're out of possession. Your players are just going to defend from this position. Then you're going to ask the question, why are my players not tackling? Yeah, because you're asking them to go back. What do you expect? You see, SI doesn't look at this as a match engine problem. No, you look at this is considered user. This is a user-related bug. And the problem is this, right? A lot of the researchers themselves, when they created their tactics, some of them are very defensive in the OOP phase, and that makes it wrong too. So they are getting it wrong on their end too. Some of the tactics that are working really well, because you see, none of these tactics came from an AI. that said, this is how we're going to create the tactics. All the tactical design decisions came from a human. So why is it that my teams defend? I mean, when I choose to defend, yeah, okay. So I would not advise people to, you want to play it flat. Look at where they are right now. Right, so they're quite deep. No, not only when when they get the ball, they explode into their attacking positions, which is good when you're attacking. So the only thing you really needed to do was get this guy up the pitch. That's all. You would have fixed a lot of issues defensively. I mean, you got in a goal. That's not too bad, but that's because you are Atalanta. Okay, so you're gonna get the ball up the pitch and you are going to score goals because your team is decent and the attacking side of the match engine has no issues. In fact, some people are claiming that tap-ins, and if they haven't seen any tap-ins, they should come to my streams more often because that's all I score most of the time. So tap-ins are definitely a thing. Players are going to be released. It's always going to be an issue of your mentality and whether or not you've chosen the right team instructions. If you've chosen the wrong team instructions, it's not going to happen. Things like sometimes people choose low crosses because that's what they want. But then when you choose low crosses, you also have work ball into box. And then what that really creates is this priority. Is this like this, okay, we are not in a good position to cross the ball. Let's work the ball back. Okay, not enough players in the area for us to target. So let's cut the ball back. See, you created you're using work ball into box, which already reduces crossing. But you want them to cross the ball a bit earlier. How does that work? So you have to look at your team instructions as well. So sometimes work ball into box and low crosses, for all that's been said in the world, this is the reason why I keep telling people, don't fall for the whole bullshit that all the websites try and sell you, or about how there are meta instructions. There's no meta instruction in this game. They are just meta players. Because every one of those tactics that you download, there's always going to be somebody saying you need the right players for your tactic. And that's actually the real way tactics actually work. So tactics only work because you've got the right kind of players. That's it. That's it. At the end of the day, you just need the right kind of players. So, and then when you get the right kind of players and you screw up, it's always going to be because your OP is so far away from your IP. I was asking, look at that. The players are trying to get into position because you're so deep. You're creating no pressure in the opposition third. So that's the reason why people are going to concede goals. It's not because you can't defend. It's because you told your players to go really deep. Look at that. They're all going deep first. Nobody is coming up to say, hey, you know what? Let's prevent this team from playing the ball out. No, you haven't. In fact, funny enough, right? I want to look at this out of possession instructions. Okay, so look at your defensive line is standard. What does standard mean? Standard means you're going to be in your half. Your back line is not going to support the full court press. That's what it's going to say. That's why it says. So a lot of it depend on the mentality. Your mentality is balanced. So 100%, your backline is not going to be high up the pitch when you're attacking, right? So a lot of it will depend on individual skill. Looking at the outer possession, it's going to be very deep when you have the ball. They're all going to be sitting near the defensive lines. So line of engagement, high presses is fine. Okay, short goalkeeper distribution. No, I know. I generally recommend people don't set this instruction in Football Manager. You choose a no. That's always good. However, having said that, okay, you got to look at your formation too, right? Where are they? White midfielder. They are only defending in your half here. When the ball comes here, then they start talking. So you're allowing the opposition to come all the way here. Maybe what you are looking to do is a mid block, right? Okay, if that was the goal for your mid block, then why is he playing as a white midfielder? Maybe one of them should be a white outlet midfielder, so that when you win the ball, he's gonna try and attack straight away, right? But that clearly is not in the right position. He should be putting pressure on the DM, so that at least they are forced, because you've got players down the flank. See, they are working the ball through the middle without any resistance. That's because Pasalic is too deep, right? So you need to put somebody up there, putting pressure on their DM. The Guardiola is never, it's always going to be players. Yeah, even in real life, players make the difference. Yeah, they're never tactics. You put Guardiola in, you think if Guardiola goes to Tottenham Hotspur, he's going to save them from relegation? No, he's not. because the players probably don't want to be saved. Yeah. But it's a player. At the end of the day, it's going to be a place. Look at that. Yeah, the defending is not very good. Because in Football Manager, your defending is actually occurring in the opponent's third first. Yeah. If you want to defend as a low block, it can be done, but you're going to have to do things like trigger press. It's going to be has to be low. You're going to have to, you see, look at that. They all opened up the space for this guy to receive the ball. Right, so this is funny, right? You look at that. So this is something about the match engine that sometimes doesn't make sense, right? The opposition of the ball here, but why did he go and press him straight away? Why I was expecting him to be here, right? That's what you thought, right? You see? Because you got him as a wide midfielder. Why would he go up? Trigger press more often. That's the reason why. So if you want them to stay in position, these are instructions you cannot use. Get stuck in. Trigger press. You can't do this because this is telling your players hard tackle any player that's in your zone. Yeah, they are up the pitch, right? So they're chasing down a hard tackle as well. Hard tackling also makes them move out of their position straight away. Yeah. So you gotta be very, very careful with the instructions, right? Especially if you're gonna do a mid block. Mid block, hard tackling, very dangerous. So this is great because you can get the ball, but you can't release the ball because no one is in attacking positions. Right, so I look at the game as straightforward now. Yeah, most tactics in Football Manager work really well if you keep them balanced. Yeah, I mean, like essentially you can defend. Okay, good, right? But if you're gonna defend really deep, then how the hell are you gonna get the ball up the pitch? And who's gonna be the one driving the ball up the pitch? Things like that you have to think. Like in this case, maybe release the ball quickly, direct passing. That would have helped. And the thing about this, the opposition are deep blue. No? They're playing a very defensive tactic. So if they lose the ball, they're gonna be in their half. So why is this team the formation that the AI is using should have no business being all over you? Because you never gave you see, you're looking good when you go up, right? That's because you're fine. The AI has to get back. See, now the AI has to run back into their defensive positions. So that's the hilarious thing about the match engine at the moment. See, AVB, right? So he's in the attacking transition, he's up here. Then the defensive transition, he's only pressing me back. Oh, this is actually not bad. I like what the AI has done. This is a decent tactic. It's a very defensive tactic because by asking it to be a pressing wing back, they're going to naturally defend. They're going to be in their natural positions when they start defending. So he's not running back. He's actually going to be high up the pitch because it's very AWB, right? So because he's an advanced wing back, when he loses the ball, he's still going to be pressing high up the pitch because of his role, pressing wing back. This is good. I like this. I like this. This is solid. This is a solid back five. Very defensive, very dangerous because they can hit you on the break. Yeah. So if you lose the ball and they play direct, and they play like on a cautious mentality, they can hit you on the break really fast. Yeah. But again, not playing on cautious, I guess. And the passing is definitely, they might be on cautious because you see this kind of passing lengths on cautious mentality. Yeah. If you want those longer passes, right? There are only two mentalities to play: cautious or attacking. You can't play any other mentality. You have to think, this Football Manager has got certain rules that you have to follow. Okay? If you want a really quick transition game, you cannot play on any other mentality except cautious or attacking. You can't play on balance, you can't play on positive. Okay? Why? Because positive and balance have shorter passing inside them. How do I know? Play the game long enough, after 20 years, you'll figure it out too. I've been playing this game for 20 freaking years. Okay, nothing has changed in 20 years. Okay, passing did change in 2022. Yeah, that's when they changed it. Because prior to that, it was all great. It was all very gradual, right? So you only see the longer passing at attacking, and then they found that at cautious, right, and defensive, the teams the passing was too short. Right. So they decided, okay, fine, we give cautious and attacking the same passing lengths. Yeah, it happened. Okay, so now let's change this tactic around, right? So make a small change. You're going to send this guy forward. That's it. First change. Second change we're going to do is we're going to take this mentality and drop it down to cautious now. Crazy bugger. Okay. Now we've got screening. If he's screening, if these two are screening, why is he not doing any work? Press. Okay, we'll get them to press. Because if they are screening, they're not really moving, are they? Yeah. And then we'll get him to out of possession. He's an attacking midfielder. I mean, there's no role. He's just going to be... Oh no, this is a position. I can't choose a role. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Tracking attacking midfielder will follow the player. Attacking midfielder will be a bit of both. Okay. So now we got wide midfielder. Leave it like this and see what happens. Okay. So these guys drop back. Box to box goes up. FB comes up. Inside void. Yeah, okay. This is quite safe. Yeah. We're just going to push him up. Then team instructions, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to play it at this. Defensive line, I don't think we need the back line to support the attack, right? Okay. Defensive line behavior. So I'm going to remove this, get stuck in, because honestly, we don't need that. I don't want my players to happily go and, go attack. Understanding the ladder. The ladder is about the diagonal passing patterns that come, especially when you're building play up. Okay, so team instructions, standard, team shape. Come on, I need to update. I need to do something about my graphics card later tonight after the stream. It doesn't FM. It doesn't seem like FM very much. Okay, all right. So we got this done. There's something else I want to change. I don't want to change anything else here. Tempo is fine, higher. Time wasting is standard. Okay, fine. I'm gonna bring lower time wasting less often, more direct. Yeah, we're gonna go on standard. Low crosses, to hell with low crosses. Balance, no need to do low crosses. Okay. Play through press. Why did I remove low crosses? That's all cutbacks, right? Yeah. So we're looking at cutbacks. I'm trying to get the ball up the pitch quickly, Okay. Supporting runs is balance, dribbling is balance, progress to the flanks, both flanks, and pass possession, pass into where's dribbling? Dribbling should be encouraged. If you want to do pass into space, to combine the two. Yeah. Why? Because they're running, right? They're pulling players out of position. So then what happens is you got space opening up. So the two actually work very well together. Okay, we are a goal down and we have to come back. I think. Because this is Inter Milan, right? Yeah, Inter Milan versus Atalanta. So I've just changed one thing. I actually dropped my mentality to cautious. So the boys aren't taking so many risks. But the opposition is probably... So the other mentality will be attacking. Both are going to have the same passing lengths. One is going to take a lot more risks, the other one won't. Okay. So one could be for when you're defending and the other one could be for when you're attacking. So that's fine. Yeah, we consider another goal from a set piece. I'm not a big fan of making the 4-2-3-1 too defensive. Never been. I'd rather play it in its natural positions. See, also what happens if I do this, out of possession, okay, team shade, right? Instead of playing it like the way you said, I go and play like this. Then now I play this guy as a fullback and I play this guy as a fullback. This guy's a screen defensive midfielder, that's okay, I guess. But he in possession, right? He's a box to box, so he's going up and down, right? So what I'll do with him is he'll be pressing get him to work, yeah. Since he's up the pitch anyway. He's a box to box, so he's already going to be high up the pitch, right? So getting to apply pressure in the final third. And then when you want to create those kind of systems, which are the Escadinia systems, then there's a lot of dribbling and there's a lot of first touch and there's a lot of passing, short passing as well. So you probably want to have like, you're probably not playing on direct passing, direct mentality or direct passing. Yeah. So it's a different setup. It takes a while for you. It takes a while to get. Hey, man, T-Zucks, thanks for the 26 months. Thank you very much. So I would definitely play in a different way. Yeah. Like box to box going up, nobody's covering his zone when he goes up. So a lot of it depends on this guy. DRP is really holding his position. He got an AP here, box to box, AP. There's a lot of stuff happening. And then as this guy goes up, this guy is tucking inside with this. Yeah. You got this guy. This guy should actually be higher up the pitch. If this guy is coming inside, see in possession, he's an inside forward. Now I've got him higher up the pitch so that we can shut this 5-3-2 down. Forgot what day it was. It's only Wednesday, man. I mean, we got a goal, but I'm still not happy. Everything we could have changed the tactic a bit earlier. Like, I wanted to show you the impact slowly, but the game actually moved much faster than I anticipated. Okay, for me personally speaking, right, the dangerous things in this game are things like you want them to defend, but then you got hard tackling on, right? Hard tackling gets them to step out the defensive lines because they are going to go and do the thing that they always do, which is press. Because of your hard tackling. Hard tackling just encourages a player just to go in and do a hard tackle. Okay. So if there's a player nearby, he's going to do that. So if I'm looking at this tactic, I'm going like, it's okay going forward, but it's terrible defensively. So I would definitely look at things like, okay, maybe you want to play it like, you could play like this. Okay, 4-2-4. There's no necessity to get him to come back. And then you can play a pair, like one is a pressing defender, one is a screening defensive midfielder. Right. My option would, of course, be because you're looking at your tactic, you got a box to box, right? So he's the one really running up and down, right? So get him to this guy should be the pressing because it's easier for him to be the pressing because he's already going to be high up the pitch. So this guy can just be the holder because he's holding positions at DLP. So get him to be the other DM, right? So out of possession, then this guy can be screening and this guy can be pressing. Then this could be one of your variants, but to put a player here, it just makes it very defensive. Yeah, because you either play like this, like how you did it earlier. Okay, right? You can play like this as well. Instead of putting him here, put him here, and then you could actually do this. You still a 4-2-3-1. Do you notice that? Because this guy is just gonna sit on the opposition, and what do you get them to play as? You get them to play striking wingers. So they start their defending in the opposition third instead of your half. So they follow the target. So they make it harder for them to pass the ball to him. Because you remember this game, right? The mid block is not here, no, it's somewhere around here. So it's very funny. If you play him here, they already start their defending here. And the only time they defend the opposition third is if your entire team is already up there. Yeah, so the match engine is not very clear on this, and it doesn't really help people, which is the reason why a lot of people are claiming that there's match engine bugs. But this has been the way the game has been played for the last 20 over years. It hasn't changed. Yeah, it has not changed. So the same things are happening. They happened 20 damn years ago. I just happen to have a damn long memory. Okay, so we've got that, the first tactic. Let's see if we got other tactics. We got this. Oh, Barnett. Okay, we got these two tactics. They're in the house. Okay. All right, so we've done that. Simple 4-2-3-1 versus. Okay. Load. How come I don't see it? Huh? Oh, I think this is the one that we just did, right? Simple 4-3. Yeah, this is the one we just did. Okay. All right. The next tactic is Tiki Press. Okay, alright. Ooh, this is funky. Okay, in possession, 4-2-3-1, out of possession. Okay, alright, this is slightly, I like this, holding fullback. This is a bit more different. We did this last week. Yeah, I remember this tactic. Okay, we definitely did that tactic. Okay, so we come in here now. I'm going to clear all these tactics in case. Too many tactics already inside the folder, and it's making me a bit confused as to what we've done and what we haven't done. So we got to take this out, 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 take this out. This is my tactics here, man. I wanted to give it a more inappropriate name because I had to start start creating a tactic that was defensively resilient. But what's the point, right? In your live stream, right? It's more fun to have a lot of goals. Then you have to react to it. All right, downloads. We got Discord this, and then we extract this all, and then we browse, and then we put it in here. And we're done. And we come in here, and we close this, and then we open it up again because the state is like that. Yeah, there we go. We are Barnett. Okay. All right. Response needed. Why? This decline. We don't talk to the press. We don't talk to our players. We're such an antisocial manager. I'm antisocial. Huh? Thank you for subbing to the channel, you guys. Matty Zucks on the way, man. Okay, all right, let's go. Another one. So we got to play Atalanta, now play Bologna. Okay, let's look at your tactic very quickly. Okay, see whether they are... We're going to try and understand it. I like to look at things from combined view. It saves me a lot of time and grief. So basically, you're playing 4-2-3-1. You got inverted winger tracking. I like that. That's nice. Love this. This is actually one of the best ways to play a 4-2-3-1. You don't try and drop this guy back here. Just leave him here. Put him a tracking winger. It works all the time. Okay. Then tracking attacking midfield. This is nice because he's just going to follow their DM. Right. So he's going to put pressure on the DM. So DM, you're basically using these three players to make it harder for them to pass out of the back. So you're defending high up the pitch. They got DM, box-to-box midfielder, two double DMs. Okay, good. They're going to be static. So it's interesting how they set up their roles. Wing back and a wing back. This is very attacking tactic. I like this. This is just flying at the team, man. Wing back flying, inverted wingers coming inside. So basically, he's just flooding them on the flanks and trying to attack them directly. And he's got this guy running up the pitch. With this two in the center, creating a 4 in transition, potentially as many as 5 at one time, if they can keep the ball. So team shape out of possession, as you can see, is the same. In possession, it's like this. And then looking at his team instructions. Now, your line of engagement, much more often, you can do this now because the beautiful thing about this game is how predictable it can become. When you have the same shape, you can do this. Because you're just telling them, hey, you're in your position, just chase the guy down. Right? But when you change your formation from IP to OP, don't ever do this. Because then you're just gonna tear your tactic apart like, paper mache. So this is quite interesting. This is a very attacking tactic. It's potentially quite good. Yeah, step up mode. This is aggressive as hell, man. New patch out? No, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know. They haven't said anything. Maybe it's out. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm also on the forums earlier, but I'm on a different sub forum as well. And no, I don't think so. No announcements. Yeah. I get it on my phone, baby. So, yeah, there's no new one. Match engine won't be that much higher. If they do fix the match engine, you're all gonna start crying, man. Yeah, I guarantee you there'll be a lot of unhappy people when they fix the match engine. Yeah, much higher tempo. Don't waste your time. Get the ball up the pitch. The only problem with this is, only issue I have with this is, rush play, especially on higher mentalities. So positive mentality is you are trying to play shorter passing, but you are trying to get your players up the pitch as quickly as possible with those passes. I don't think it can work very well together. So this might be an area that I change. This is probably one of the first things I will change. Yeah, in case something goes wrong, this is where I'll come to first. Okay, so in possession, we've got low crosses. So yeah, it makes sense because you got inverted wingers, you got flying fullbacks, all right? Wingbacks going on the flanks. Then you want to do cutbacks. Yeah, okay. Well, ball into box is not necessary in this tactic. I mean, it can help, but you don't need it all the time because sometimes you just want a quick cutback, right? You don't want them to take their own sweet time with the cutback, and that's when you remove a ball into box. All right, okay, let's go. Let's quick pick our team as usual because we don't really pay attention to our team selection. 256 just did it now. I didn't see a note from them. I did not see a note. Let me check out. Man, I gotta go on my phone because I can't even go on I can't do it on the what's the word for it? I can't use my I can't do it on the internet right now. Update. Wait. Is it? It's not the I don't even know what the update number is called anymore. I'm supposed to know the update now. I only look at the update when I see bloody change list in my face. No, I don't see one from Kyle, man. Kyle hasn't put up a note. There might be a small patch. 256 is not a big patch. It's usually like a small little, sometimes a update to the board, add boards inside the game. Yeah, it's not a patch. Sometimes they do ad board updates, right? So this might be ad board updates that go into your game and it's not really a patch, it's just the ads are different, yeah. Maybe there's somebody saw a typo in one of the ads and went, oh shit, sports interactive, not sports interactive or some shit like that. Yeah, it's happened before. Last year they did it a few times. And it was just a small little ad board change. So it's not a big change. If there was a big change, there'd be a change list. I know they had a thing up yesterday. But 256 megs, unlikely to be a big change. Sounds like a small little ad board change to me. All right. Okay. We'll see lah. Yeah, we'll see, because they normally make a big announcement and they normally prep me or prep the other team. You know, they will tell us first because they want us to be on the forums as moderators and like, hey boys, in case the fires get too steep, can you help out? Let us know if the fires are very raging out of control, that kind of thing. Yeah. See, World Ball into Box. That was World Ball into Box. Tempo and World Ball into Box. So you have to think about what you are trying to achieve with the tactic. Okay. Now, if I wanted to make like when I did my counter-attacking tactic with West Everton, right? 4-4-2, right? Just score as many goals as you can. Get up the pitch. Don't waste any time. No World Ball into Box. No low crosses. Yeah. High tempo. Yes, I was on the highest tempo, but damn, I was not on World Ball into Box. I did not choose the instruction. Because I don't want them to do cutbacks. I don't want them to like take their own sweet time to play the ball. I want them to put the ball in as quickly as they can. Because the game naturally, with the right roles, they will get behind the line and they will be in a position to do a cutback. But sometimes do a really, like, they drive the ball across the face of the goal, right? That's what I wanted. You don't always get that if you play World Ball into Box. You get a lot of tap-ins, that's true. But then sometimes you might be the underdog. You don't want to... I don't need all that, I don't need to look like the one. See, I don't need to look like one of the best teams in the world. I submitted a pretty weird one just now. Weird one, you always do something. My team, so what else is new? There we go. We want more of that, right? So we remove World Ball into Box later. Okay, Zimisti, nice. Okay, Zalewski. If you are playing against a good team, then you do that. Okay. But if you're playing against a really weak team and you want to we really have to break them down, then drop your tempo. Tempo is about getting players in the right positions, right? When you play very high tempo, you don't give your team much of a chance to get those players in the right position. So those are the simple things you change. So tempo, World Ball into Box, and low crosses, these are your tweaks to your tactic. General tweaks that you can make in any tactical system that you play. All the time, these are the same. If you notice, most of the time, these are things I'm changing if the tactic looks good. Yeah. See? Tactic is fine. I like this tactic. Those only 3 things I'll change in your tactic. And I think you know that already. So that's one of the reasons why when I look at this tactic, I went like, yeah, I like this tactic straight away. Why? Because you defend as you attack. Nothing wrong with that. That's some of the best tactics. The best tactical systems right now in Football Manager ignore OOP, all this OP shape. I ignored it. I think it's just baloney, man. I don't like it. I like, people, oh my God, I can get them to defend where I want them to defend. I'm thinking to myself, damn, we could do that last year anyway. Just choose the right role. So I was thinking, I was trying. I said, man, they made it worse for themselves. See, they tried to avoid the Wimbo disaster, the with and without balls, with and without ball arrows of FM, was that FM 12 or 11? I can't remember. Or it could have been 10 or FM 8. I cannot remember which one of those it was, okay? But that was one of the worst additions to the game because we could put the players anywhere we wanted to defend, and the engine died. The engine couldn't start though. It was like every time the engine tried to attack, we'd be back in our perfect positions for defending and attacking. So yeah, that was the end of that. That was a short-lived experiment of 1 year, and as I acknowledged that the human was too good for the AI in this particular case, so they are very well aware of that. No? That's the reason why this cannot be as good as Wimbo. So by that logic and knowing that the match engine doesn't change very much, I came to after playing for 20 years, you can't ignore, right? So and then when they made a statement, in their statement they said it's essentially the same match engine. I was going, okay, so if it's essentially the same match engine, then how would they be able to do OOP? Then I read, right, that there were no more duties. Then I went, now I know how they do OOP. What they have done is basically translated the duties that were in FM24 and put them into FM26 as OOP roles. So if you can visually see the duties, right, in your head, the game is golden. It's easy. Yeah, it's very easy. So all you got to do is think of in terms of what you were doing last year. Yeah. So if you're always downloading tactics, you might have a bit of a problem on that. Okay, so this is a nice tactic. I like it. Nothing to change except, tweak it when you want to, when you feel like tweaking it, I guess. So it is you can tweak here. I mean, what else can I say? The tactic is good. The only thing I told you, the only three things you're going to tweak. Tempo, 1. What about the box and low cross? That's all. Okay. Tempo when you want to get more goals against weak opposition. This is what I just done. Okay. Low crosses, you remove it against good opposition. And what ball into box, you remove it against good so against good opposition, you maintain tempo, remove a ball into box and low crosses. Against poor teams, you want to take your own sweet time. Then go lah, add a lower tempo, get your team into better positions to score goals. That's it. It's a beautiful tactic. I like it. It's attacking. It's full force. Go into it. Yeah. The only problem you're gonna have is injuries. Your players don't come back. You're high tempo, no. But you gotta get the ball up the pitch, man. Don't get the ball up the pitch. That's it. Yeah. Because your defending will still be good. So I dropped the tempo. Oh yeah, I don't want to play on this. So I dropped the tempo, so I'm going on, what do we do? Attacking. Take more risk. Oh, we dropped the tempo. Oh, this is going to be more interesting. Because now I'm playing high up the pitch. I'm telling my players to take more risks with their passing and off the ball movement, which is what mentality will do. Okay. And I'm also telling them to work ball into box and low cross. So if we make a mistake with the ball, right, we are going to pay the price. Because our players are going to be so committed. Because more players are involved in the attacking transition. Because tempo will do that. Or they run out of steam, correct? Yeah, they will run out of steam. But look at that. Look at this, man. Look at that. They're waiting for the players to get into position. Yeah, here we go. See, then you lose the ball. That's what happens. So if you don't want to see this, then what you do is you jack this all the way up. Okay? All right, you jack this all the way up. What else? Okay, now what we do is we tell our team, don't waste time with working the ball across the box, right? So we go standard and we move this balance. So we're going to see more like crosses now. Yeah. The thing about this game is it's very intuitive in terms of the instructions. You don't overcomplicate. The problem with there are too many theories in the game. No, I find that there are way too many people with way too many theories. Okay, so ignore all the theories and keep the game simple. You'll be fine. Yeah. I mean, yes, and I'm guilty of coming up with funky things. But I look at football in real life and come up, oh, I see an Escadinha in real life. I want to do it in the game. But that's me. I like to, because if you can draw a diagonal passing pattern from here to here, and if you're diamonds, your two diamonds, right? One diamond here, and the big ass diamond here, and a big ass diamond here, you are gonna smash every team to smithereens. That's the secret formula for this game. It's been there. That has also been there since too many years already. So the world is only just coming to give it the names, give it coin terms for it. But managers have been playing like that for yonkers. The concept of space and using it was first really brought to the fore by Wenger himself. Because Wenger was the first guy I read, right, who actually talked about space in a 4-4-2 and how important it was for his players to move in and out of those positions. Look at that. Now you see how different it is when you don't play work ball into box. These people out there in the community complaining, oh, my players don't cross the ball, they don't cross the ball. It's because these buggers, they go and read some bloody website that tells them, hey, you know what? Work ball into box and low crosses are meta. And these big fools, the fools that they are, they follow without thinking about it. That has got no work ball into box and that has got no fucking low cross. So please do not fall for the whole shit, all that shit out there, okay? There's too much of it, and the problem is this, right? It's like when you get these kind of commentary, right, from people, they actually make you believe that there's something wrong with the match engine. I know there's something wrong with the match engine. It has got nothing to do with this. No, it's okay. It's for me. It is too easy to cross the ball right now, and get cutbacks, and do like these tap-in goals. Very easy right now for me. Okay, my cross conversion rate is close to 50% in most of my games, and that's without work ball into box. So this is much better. It slows down. Yeah, it will make you do the cutbacks, and that's when things go wrong. Especially if you want like quick attacks, right? Don't play work ball into box, and definitely don't play low crosses. Yours is nice. I like your tactic, and I love your tactic. You know why? Because your tactic has got option A and option B. You know. Yeah, you keep this tactic going. Don't look at that. Who the hell told you to? Which monkey out there? All right, call him a real monkey. You gotta jump up and down on nearest theory that somebody's gonna posit. Okay, all right. There's work ball into box and low crosses are not a meta. Okay, if your tactic is fucking up, it's probably because you don't know what to do with the role, the tactical instructions in there. Okay, you went and downloaded a tactic from a so-called site that claims these are super tactics, or they've been tested thoroughly. And the thing is, I'm not exactly the most popular person in this kind of environments, but I always say the truth. I'm always very direct. If you learn how to figure things out, I mean, like most of you have been following my channel for years, right? I mean, I think for most of you right now, you're making your own tactics, right? You don't believe in downloading tactics anymore, unless you're curious about something. But at least now, I would venture to guess that you guys can see what's going wrong in the game. See, that's worth a lot more than downloading a tactic. Yeah, to me, that's gold, man. To be able to look at a game, a couple of dots on the pitch, and then going in there and go like, oh, I think I know what's wrong. And then you make the change, and then when you see it translate into a result, that must make you damn happy. Look at that. Lovely. I love this tactic. Brilliant. Very, very nice. So we're not wasting any time. The last goal we scored was brilliant. See, tempo now is gone back up higher, right? But what have we got now? No low crosses. Look at that. They don't waste time, no. They get the ball in and then they get back and defend. Hey, Bagaskara, how are you, man? Long time no see. Wait, Bagaskara, I usually almost always see you only on Wednesdays, no? Which other streams do you go to, man? He only comes on the Bring Your Tactics streams. All right, Atalanta 3-0 over Bologna. The last goal was the best. Yay. Try it across again. Yep, keep it up. It's a good tactic. No need to make any changes. I didn't change roles. I didn't change duties. I only play with different kinds of team instructions, right? To show you what's capable. So I didn't want to see too many crosses anymore. I wanted to see there's a player free and in the box, cross the ball. That's it. Don't play with ball into box and don't play row cross. If you do that, good luck to you. Don't ever complain that you cannot score goals. Work ball into box and low crosses have a place. They definitely have a place. It's about control of the final third and dominating the final third. So if you have a team that can dominate the final third and you're not afraid of them losing the ball, then work ball into box and low crosses is definitely worth using. But it has its risks. Failure to understand those risks will cost you if you do not know how to spot the mistakes that are happening in transition. So you absolutely need to be able to see those mistakes before you apply those, which is the reason why when I play this game, work ball into box and low crosses are not triggered by me until I see that I'm comfortable. Okay, I'm in control of this game. I go for it. Okay. Very nice, very nice. We're training tomorrow. Reflex action. My poor boys. Okay, so let's see what else we got now. Okay, match day tactics. What else we got? We are Barnett, and then we done that. Next one is Matty Zucks, left back defend hell. What? Left back defense hell. Oh my god. Out of possession of gay strikers. Okay, can work. Can work. Yeah, anytime you put pressure on the defense and then you put some here, that is but too screening and too holding fullbacks. So this is about holding position. Hopefully you're out of possession. Yeah, good. You did this. It can work. Low block, lower defensive line, drop off more. You're just sitting, going all the way back in the transition. And then when you have the ball is hey, charge. Okay, can. Possible. Interesting. Can work. I think that these kind of defensive tactics can work. It's called donut no midfield. Your tactic is called donut no midfield. I think the tactic is a bit defensive. Arne Slot will be proud of you. I think maybe were you the one that convinced Arne Slot to go defensive? With non-defensive players. Liverpool but having said that, Liverpool are a bit old, the team. Yeah, so their team is in dire need of a rebuild. And a lot of the blame has been laid at the feet of Michael Edwards as well, because one good generation, two good seasons does not make him a legend. No? One discovery of Nottingham they had like a couple of good players come through. I'm going to miss Andy Robertson as well. He's going to be a hell of a player, for Spurs, because he's a very good mentor to the younger players. Extremely good mentor. I see you bet your break. The only way this tactic is going to work, right, if your two strikers are both strong in the air. Yeah, that's what I realized about low block tactics. If you want to play a low block tactic, you can't play it if both your strikers have got one of your strikers is poor in the air. You can't. You need both your strikers strong in the air. At least great at holding up the ball, have the strength. Otherwise, you spend so much time defending, you give up corners, you give up set pieces, you're always going to have issues. Low block tactics can work, but they require players. And the thing is, I wouldn't. Normally, when I play low block tactics, right, I always end up 4-2-4, 4-2-2, like strikerless 4-2-4 and attacking 4-2-4. Yeah. But the problem with the strikerless 4-2-4 is this, right? I would set up the way you did it, yeah. But my attack will be a 4-2-4 itself, so they will all get into attacking positions as quickly as possible. And then the other thing that we need is cautious mentality is the right one. But as you can see, let's see, and they get the ball, no option to release. So your player has to be very strong in the air to receive the what's the word for it? The ball, right? The release. So that's where we are struggling with at the moment. So you can see your attack is like this. Okay, we got these two guys. Me personally, if I were to play a counter-attacking setup, there will never be an AP in the tactic. It'll be more a case of two guys, both of you, you're off. Yeah. So it's more like we're playing both of you up there. And getting one guy to run the channels, because if you get these guys to run the channels, it's a good idea to get them to run the channels. But 4-2-4 is all any. Yeah, I know. I suspect that you have the players for this kind of a tactic. I don't know. Like, if I had AP that was strong in the air, maybe I'd give it a go. Like this, any kind of a low block, right? You don't have the players for it, no point trying. Yeah. Andy is a bargain. He's a great defender, Andy Robertson. He's a great mentor, so he's going to be perfect for Spurs. Spurs have got a lot of young players, right? Again, Rio Engel Moha has got nothing but praise for Andy Robertson as a mentor. He learned a lot from Andy Robertson while he's been at the club. Because Andy Robertson is always helping him out when he's on the pitch, right? Teaching him how to get past players like him, that kind of thing, like how to trick them and stuff like that. So it's like, what? I don't get, You want to keep Mo Salah, but you don't want to keep Andy Robertson. This makes no sense to me. I don't know, man. Shit. Okay, IFB. Okay, fair enough. You want to release the ball, right? So, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll just change this straight away. Okay. I'm going to go and play this guy. I think it works for your team, but probably not for my team. Because my team is just struggling right now. I get you guys to run the channels. Both of you run the channels. Maldini, Zalewski, winger, wide forward, winger, DLP, DM. Just hold the ball. That's all we can do. And then, what's this? Role. Splitting attacking midfielder. Okay, go this way. Attacking midfielder, go outlet, wide midfielder. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, screen. You win the ball. Okay, you win the ball through mistakes by the opposition. All right. Okay, let's see if this works. I wouldn't change it too much, but I think that this is very player dependent. I don't have the players for it now. So, I like your tactic. I think it can work with your team, but I don't know it can work with my team. I don't provide links to the Discord server. If you want to join our Discord, you have to be a subscriber to the channel or YouTube member. Yeah. So all you got to do is you've got to basically what you need is you need to essentially support the channel. Because our community, if not, we'll be flooded with, can we have this download this tactic, this game, and then quality discussions on our Discord has been going on for years, so I'm happy with the way it's run by the community themselves. Striker is supposed to be SAM, not the AMC. Striker. The striker is the SAM. Okay, this guy's the striker. In possession, will be this way then. We're one goal down. We conceded to a set piece, right? So I still think it's not that bad. But do I have a player I can bring on as a striker? This guy is so. I think we take out Pasalic and put him there. Zalewski is not playing well. Wide forward, channel 4. In this particular case, we don't play as a wide forward. We play him as a winger. Because we need width. IFB width and I rather have a tactic that does this. But you see, the problem is when you play a low block against a defensive tactic, a bit difficult. Yeah. A bit is an understatement, no? Yeah, because they're gonna be sitting back in their half. Right? You're gonna have to take the game to them, right? Yeah. So if you are just sitting back and just putting balls into the area, hoping you can get behind them, how are you gonna get behind 8 players with 4? So if you're trying to get behind 8 players with 4 players, it's not happening, man, anytime soon. So you have to bring the game to them. So that means you have to play high up the pitch. Yeah. So there's a time and a place for low block, but in this particular scenario, it wouldn't have worked. No matter what I had done. Yeah. So I think it's not a bad tactic, but it's very situational. Sometimes you turn to something like this in the middle of a game, right? Yeah. I've done it in games, like sit back and defend for 90 minutes. And then hope to hit them on the counter. And then because the other team is attacking you so much, right, the space opens up. But we don't have the situation in my game. Like I said, there's no Discord link. So if you want to become a member of the Discord, you have to become either a subscriber of the channel, a Twitch subscriber, or you have to become a YouTube member. Yeah. All right. So the next one is Everton, who do luckless. Don't be so... Nothing wrong with Everton. Luckless Everton. There's nothing wrong with Everton. Please, guys, don't be so mean to Everton. Okay. Skamaka is back. Yeah. But our season is coming to an end. So we have to discuss what's the next team going to be. Not too bad, right? We change tactics every single game. And we are, okay, we were top of the table, right? We have 9 more games left. So the conversation definitely becomes relevant now. Okay. Quick pick, and let's see what's your out of possession. Out of possession, PCM, pressing central midfielders. Yeah, these are pressing central midfielders. So they switch. So what do you do when you have these? When you do this, right? These two lock themselves into position. They don't press anybody. So you don't play like pressing wing backs. This can be a winger. So what will happen is these two guys are gonna try and win the ball back. Yeah. So that's what's gonna happen. In possession, he's got inside four, fullback. Not very attacking. See, the problem with this setup is halfback comes inside, this guy's not high enough. So you generally will find a situation where this guy is attacking and this halfback doesn't have a passing option. Yeah, so this could end up being quite a problem for you. So normally when you play halfbacks, right, you want these guys to be wing backs, so they're high up the pitch, so they become an avenue for the pass out. Otherwise, you only have this avenue here, and this guy is really going up, so he only has got very limited options. You'll see that in the transition later. Yeah. So you generally, when you use, if you use halfbacks, my recommendation is always to use wingbacks, or to have like roles that carry the ball forward. Yeah. Halfback is not. I don't really like the halfback in the game of Football Manager. Yeah. You see what happens, right? Look, there we go. See, this is what I meant. You see, because you played it so deep, right? This guy's already here. If he was here, he can be part of the attacking transition. Right? But because he's so close to these guys, he has to play a pass. He's not going to be part of the attacking transition. He's forced to hold the ball up. Right? So there we go. So he has to go backwards. So you cannot release the ball down the flanks because you're using a fullback. That is the reason why when you play with a halfback, never play this guy as a fullback. You're too safe. I know I always said the fullback is one of the best roles in the game, but the halfback demands that you use either advanced wingback or wingback, or yeah, it's just like that. Yeah. Because they're supposed to line up as a tree. So they line up as a tree. So you need to push those guys up. And then one guy in the center drops. So you have like a DLP kind of a role in the center or midfield. So that guy drops. So now the halfback has got options, right? On his right will be a ball-playing midfield, ball-playing central defender. So he's coming up. Wingback going that way. So he's going to have passing options. So right now, your problem is actually getting the ball up the pitch because of the halfback. That is the reason why your tactic isn't doing well. The halfback is singularly the worst role in the game of Football Manager, second only to the inverted wingback. It works in certain conditions, but the thing is, these are the roles, right, that if you use them, right, there are certain things that you have to follow. No? It's like you got no choice. You want the role? It's more like you want Mbappe, you got to accept the fact he doesn't want you to play him in any other position. That kind of thing, no? Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of the halfback. Because the halfback will kill your two fullbacks. And in the game of Football Manager, the strongest roles are the fullbacks. The role that kills them is going to be the halfback. The halfback, the inverted wingback, these are all terrible roles. Yeah. Because you see, every single transition is a failure because you cannot work the ball out from defense. Right? Now you got a tree, your fullbacks are too deep. So this counter attack, yeah, through the middle, we are lucky we got that because we only got that because the opposition failed to use the ball intelligently. So already we saw two transitions, right, where the team cannot go down the flanks. No? Because if you use a fullback combination or halfback, you will struggle to use it. Two halfbacks is even worse. Yeah. The worst role in the game is halfback. I hate the halfback. I never use halfback. I think the halfback is overrated, and people think that the halfback. And then I see people using halfback with libero. I'm like, that's even more. That's like really putting the fox in the chicken house, man. The hen house, the fox in the hen house. Okay. So you see, we can't transition up the pitch, right? So if we want to use the halfback, those two fullbacks are going to become wingbacks. That's it. Simple as. So we come in here, we change these guys to wingbacks and wingbacks. That's it. That's the only way it's going to work. Yeah. So this guy has to become a DLP. So what happens is he can link up. No, he's going to hold his position. This guy becomes an attacking midfielder. That's it. So now what we have created is a kind of a stagger. But again, halfback is not the best role in the game. But now you see where the wingbacks are. Look at your attacking patterns now. Your wingback is not part of the attack. Right? So now when we split, right, the wing backs were very high up the pitch. So now he's gone there. Okay, this is much better. Then the wing backs drive. They take the responsibility of bringing the ball up the pitch. Because the fullback is always looking for a reason to pass the ball. If he can't pass the ball, he's going to pass it back. Wing backs, if they see an opportunity to take the ball, go down the flanks, they will. The fullback won't do that. Fullbacks are very good in tactics where you've got a lot of other roles that can do the running with them, right? They can pass the ball to them and they can take off. But halfback, no. If you use a fullback, say if you use a fullback, then you change the halfback to another role. Like, okay, so this is us in the final third right now. And getting into the final third to put some pressure on the opposition, right? Okay. All right, we'll play for a while more, and then I'm going to change it to another setup. I take out the halfback. So now we got a stagger because he holds. This guy is dropped, so this guy doesn't run away too much. So this ball's playing with defender coming up here. This wing back coming up here. Okay, let's just change this role to a DM now. Now I change this back to fullbacks. No, not much of a difference. No. Now at least you see the fullbacks will be able to pass the ball. Yeah. So I wouldn't play the halfback. Subscribing to the YouTube channel is not the same thing. Yeah. You have to become like, it's not subscription based lah. Yeah. Subscribe, just becoming a subscriber is just subscribing to the channel. Yeah. They need to change the halfback to be more easy. Draw within, build up, but then further up the pitch, push them. That's the problem with the halfback right now. I don't know what happened. Last time what happened was the halfback, right, what was supposed to be the case was the halfback would drop. The moment we get the ball up the pitch, he joins the attack. The problem in Football Manager is it takes too long to join the attack. Because then it created issues for them, I guess. So that's why the halfback role is basically I don't know. They made the halfback role work in double DM systems so that the halfback covers the flank, right? So the wingback attacks, the halfback covers that flank. That's the only way the halfback is like semi-useful right now in like a double DM system. But then why would you want a halfback to be covering for a wingback when you got a central defender there already? Like I never understood that. Yeah. So I wouldn't bother with a halfback. Yeah. If you want to play halfback, which is fine, some people just like to use a halfback because they want to play halfback, right? So if you want to use halfback, you have to play them with wingbacks. A long time ago in a land far away, SI did. Somebody say SI sometimes drop some bloopers, on the forums. Somebody dropped a blooper on the forums. That's why I picked up. Halfback works with wingbacks, not with fullbacks. Okay, that's a blooper from SI. I just remember certain things that the guys in SI say once in a blue moon on the forums. Right. Once in a blue moon on forums. Okay, that's what you see. Okay, so now okay, now what can we do? Okay, now we're going to look at the other tactics, right? So I think we got some of the other tactics. And I also put up the link earlier for you guys, right, on to upload your tactics, right? I hope you all did. So we got all the tactics done in. Done in. That's so stupid. Okay, file Dropbox. Let's see file request. Public is here. Okay. Bro, they changed Dropbox, man. Last time it's so easy for me to get the tactics. Nowadays everything is like so painful accessing it. Okay. All right, let's download this. Okay. 4-3-3 always struggles for goals. I'm warning you guys. Anytime you play a 4-3-3, don't expect it to be a goal machine. Don't. Okay. Any tactic that has got 7 players defending cannot be considered a goal machine tactic, right? It will always, because it only has 3 players attacking. Which is one of the reasons why the 4-3-3 is defensively solid, but offensively you win by maybe 1 or 2 goals. That's about it. Yeah, so my advice is always going to be, hey, if you want a tactic like that, hey, what happened? Didn't I just download something? This is nonsensical. This whole webs They updated the whole damn thing and it's become a pain in the ass. I really don't like this. Okay, alright, done. Public word, correct. There we go. Extract all. I gotta delete these tactics first. One, two, three. Godspurs was done. Yeah. I did Godspurs tactic earlier. It's phenomenal tactic. Or you can be, on Twitch you don't have to. Yeah, Twitch you just subscribe. You can subscribe. You can use your Prime membership to subscribe on Twitch. It's cheaper than being on what you call Patreon, right? You don't have to be on Patreon. I mean, you know, become a member of the channel or Discord. There's so many ways to access it, right? You can join Twitch if you want short term. You can become a patron member if you want to support me long term. Or you can be supporting me on YouTube as well. But that one, you have to go to the Bustthenet gaming channel to do it, right? So, yeah. For streams, all is quite straightforward. You know. Okay, so we got all these tactics in here. We got Holy Cross, Jao Noves. We got BTN advice, use 433 circle for ghosts. BYT Chuxi, Chux your tactic. 433 Donut no midfield like Pep's Burger. Donuts no donut no midfield. Hey, I want to see this. I want to see this. You said halfback, right? Oh my god. 2 halfbacks. Are you mad? But you want them to defend this spot for what? Why? You want them to attack and you come here and defend. Dude, seriously, I wouldn't bother. Yeah, what you want? I possession will be very attacking. Strikeless, oh my god. Wow, strikeless is a waste of time. Don't play strikeless. All right, so instead of a build out, this is gonna be interesting, no, Bagasari, your tactic. Yeah, I'll play lah. Yeah, I'll play lah. This is crazy. You know, Batin Darun also injured. Damn it. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of injuries for this game. Oh, Lukman also injured. Oh, they're not playing. They're not gonna be around. Oh my, I gotta watch this tactic, man. This is gonna be crazy. We have to play this tactic. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, I play tactics, whether they are from Discord or not from Discord, no. I pick a few every time, but because of time limitations, I mean my kids, I can't do it all the way. Yeah. Today is a bit different. Kids have to take care of themselves, 8-17. They asked today, because tomorrow is sports day. I gotta bring them for their sports thing tomorrow. Hey, hello. Can we get to the game or not? When is the game, man? 4th of April, we're going like this. On holiday, next match. I don't think SI is announcing a patch. Not so soon. Let me dial in and check. Don't think so. There's no news, right? Yeah. If there was a little update, it has got nothing to do with a patch that has changed anything dramatic about the game. Okay, all right. Match day tactics. Quick pick. All right, we got Darun, Edison, Belanova, Kosunu. Kosunu cannot, no. Kosunu cannot. Imisti is okay. Maldini, Musa, Pasari, Stukman, okay. All right, let's go. What I want to see what you're. Wow. Okay, defensive line more often, or they're already in a squeezed out space. You want them to press a bit more. Okay, let's see if their shape holds. My theory is they won't. The voice in my head says that won't. Out of possession is no counter pressing. Okay, in possession. I mean, you're not counter pressing. Why not? I mean, you're literally the same shape. Yeah, you're almost the same shape. Yeah. I mean, in possession, they're high up the pitch. And then out of possession, you want them to drop. I would have taken a gamble and just gone counter pressing. It's not too different. Yeah. It's like when you go like 4-2-3-1 to a 4-2-4-0, that's when I go like, yeah, that's the big difference between the two formations. Because you're getting players to move into new positions. But this one, yeah, you might be getting players to get into, you're prioritizing them getting to defensive positions. Maybe it can work. We'll see. Most importantly, we want to see what happens to our two halfbacks here. Okay. All right, just out of curiosity, we want to see where they go. Problem is this is very fast. See 15, 13 here. 15 goes there. Yeah, that's when we are defending. I'm not interested when we're defending. I'm interested when we're attacking. And then when they just lose the ball, in the transition. Okay, 15, 13 is here. Okay, they lose the ball. Yeah, because remember, right, when you got double DM systems, right, they operate differently. They got different rules for roles, right? There are positional roles, but they're in a double DM system, which is why the inverted wingback works very differently when they're double DMs. Okay, goes out. Oh my god, totally bypass. Is that? I think that's your instruction. Goalkeeper, this short goalkeeper, yes. Short goalkeeper, yes, right. Goalkeeper went long, right? You know why that happens in the game? Your mentality is high. Okay? Your goalkeeper sees the situation and made the assessment that the better option is to kick the ball long. Yes, I have to pay more attention to that later. Because he can't play a short goal kick, because too risky. The two players were marked. So where is our two? There, halfback is here now. See what I mean? This is where it ends up. So when you play with the double halfbacks, right? In a 4-2-3-1, right? What will happen is if the wingback goes forward, there's nobody in this space, essentially. If there's no one in this space, they will drift into this space and they cover. Right? See, this is unique, to the halfback. Right? So this, you can see that he's come here. And we got the other halfback is actually staying in this pocket here. So he's not moving to the center. Right? He will never do that. He'll stay in this pocket. So this guy is actually the deepest player now. Now they have to get into their defensive positions. Now this is the crazy part. All the fellas will leave. Now he left his position and comes to the center. See, this is the reason why halfbacks are dangerous roles. Because in that transition period when they had the ball, right, he's in that position covering. But when they lost the ball, right, he immediately came here. So this is the reason why I'm very wary about halfbacks. Because if they do this movement when you just lose the ball, can you imagine if this guy was here and this guy wins the ball, he just releases the ball into space. So I know where the fascination for halfbacks comes from. Trust me, I went through the same phase like you guys did, okay? And I quickly realized that, in fact, when the halfback was first introduced, right, when the libero, right, I was one of those guys really experimenting with it because I like the idea, I was like, okay, this guy can come here, this guy can go there. And then I realized the transition point was the problem. While they can get into those nice attacking positions, it's the moment they lose the ball that the halfback becomes the biggest risk, right? So because that area becomes an area that they can attack. And the moment I conceded a goal in that spot, in that zone, that's when I decided I don't want to do this anymore because it's too risky. So, I mean, okay, look, there's nothing wrong with what you've done in your tactic, right? If you enjoy this, go ahead and play it, right? Okay, because you will see this halfback movement always coming into this area because the advanced wingback. So you've done it, you made it a lot easier for yourself by going, I'm not playing with fullback, I'm not playing the 4. So the only reason why this is actually working in a way is because you're not playing them as a 4. You got him to be high up the pitch as a AVB. If you played him here, then that's a different story. Okay, but you got them here, so he kind of like drifts into this area to compensate for them being no player here during the build-out phase. This is very important. When you lose the ball, he's still going to come back here because that's where you have been playing. Okay, so that's something you have to bear in mind. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I get what you've done. I know your idea was to get them to drop, right? So once you start the attack, he's like a pivot. He goes to that side to support play. If that's what you wanted, then brilliant. You got it to work the way you wanted to, which is kudos to you. You've learned a lot in the few years that I've known you when you play Football Manager. This is brilliant. Yeah. Easy. The idea at the end of the day is not to play what's optimal, it's what you want to see. Right? So I'm not here to say I'm not here to review tactics. I'm here to understand what you were trying to achieve and appreciate the fact that you've actually achieved it. Yeah, so you've achieved it. Now, question is, I will tell you if from my point of view, whether or not it is risky or not risky. And what you can do to circumvent, to offset the risk. Yeah, that's the only problem. No, only issue is that, you see, the transition is like this. Perfect. This is what you wanted, right? You want him to become like another central defender. So that can work. And you've got them coming deeper. So low cross is not your friend. Huh? Yeah, low cross is not your friend. Your friend is not low cross. So I want to see whether you got low crosses on. Low cross is your biggest enemy right now. You can never play with low cross. You must never play with low cross. Because low cross, the players are going to get high up the pitch, right? He'll be exposed. That zone will be exposed. So you got to play without low crosses. This tactic, risky. Low crosses is very, very risky. So there we go. Halfback goes right. See, that's the thing about halfback. They're so deep, right? Your transition didn't work. They couldn't get the ball to Pasalic. So they can't even get... See, this is where I go like, is it worth it or not worth it? See, they tried to get the ball out the pitch and they failed to get the ball to this guy. See, halfbacks, can't even get the ball here. So during your build-up, out of possession phase, in advanced wing-back, tried. This guy is running. This guy is channel midfielder. Okay, let's see what he's doing. Okay, I'm going to give him a bit more latitude to move, okay? So we're going to give him sit narrower because nobody's running into the middle. Nobody's running through the middle. So we're going to give one of them this power to run this way. Because since he's covering the flanks, right? Okay, so he can cover the flanks. The halfback goes that this AVBs now can move into the center or go wide. Give them the option. Because right now your problem is actually getting the ball to your attackers, not So now we get this guy in. Pasalic is there, plays the ball out wide, nice. Crossing the ball, and then we get our goal. So on one side of the pitch, right, we'll have one of those guys coming in, right? So he has a bit more latitude with movement so that he can give the ball to Pasalic. I like the way that Pasalic drops really deep, because he's got the skill on the ball. But he's playing as a channel midfielder, so he goes into the half spaces. And he can do the quick diagonal. And because we don't play ball into box, when we don't play low crosses, we can get goals. Not bad, right? I just recommend the AVB change, that's all. Quite interesting. We don't see this kind of tactics very often. Two halfbacks. Hey, but it works because you got advanced wingbacks. You see? Still, you got to use wingbacks. It would never have worked if you use fullbacks because those guys are not high enough. Okay, go that one switch of the play. Lukman is in the area. No work ball into box. Zimisti, the central defender, is pushed out. And then we got a squeeze on that side. Yeah. That was a narrow advanced wingback giving us support. So you can either play him as narrow or you can play him as wide. It gives you options. So we got this guy here, Lukman. Then we got Zalewiski, goes wide. See, so sometimes he goes narrow, sometimes he goes wide. Now he comes inside. And then we cross the ball. Oh my God. So many players to get the ball. Remember, don't play low cross. Don't play over hunter box. This tactic, please don't do it. Okay, not bad. I like it. Yeah. All right. So let's let's instant results. See the final result of this game. I think potentially not bad. Yeah, I can win. Yeah, AI went on to win the game. 1-0. Pasalic's goal was a deciding goal. And defensively can be quite solid. Next tactic. So not bad. Donut. All right, 424. Hi, Dalji. Against Tower, I changed my other cautious and I use natural two for the fingers. Hey, this tactic is fun. This tactic is okay. This tactic is a bit risky, a bit risky, but it can definitely work. But the problem is this guy runs up the pitch, right? This guy runs up the pitch, right? So you need your players either to provide with or come inside. But just don't change this tactic. It's quite good, what? Yeah, this is a good tactic. I won't change. 4-2-4s work in the game. DLF, center forward, winger, box to box, box to box. No PIs, right? Yeah, don't have PIs. Take Morris on one, and then you probably take Furious on the other. Yeah, that's what I do all the time. Yeah, cuts inside. Yeah, and this guy also cuts inside. Yeah, leave it. This is like one of my 4-2-4s. I won't change it. This tactic is just nice. Yeah, don't change it. If you want to be more defensive in some games, then this role becomes a DM. That's it. Right. So this guy, if you want to play it safer, so sometimes you play DM. Only this guy moves up. But then, you see, defensively is rugged. I like this. This is a rugged system. Don't change it. This is a good tactic. It's like one of my 4-2-4s. Exactly like one of my 4-2-4s. Okay. BTN advice use struggle for goals. Yeah, because all the time, these kind of tactics will struggle. Yeah, because you are going to be camping, right? So this guy channel forward, wide forward, winger, going this way. This guy, channel midfielder going this way, fullback. I mean, look, if you want to play a 4-3-3, you're going to expect them to be a lot of situations where you don't score a lot of goals, right? There will be. These kind of tactics, you're going to have to get the players, supporting runs, both flanks. You didn't do that. Progress through both flanks. You got to do that. You got to get those guys up the pitch. You're not doing it. Yeah. So progression has to be both flanks. And progress both flanks. So your focus made on both flanks, and you've also got to do your underlaps. And then this passing directness, please don't play shorter, play standard. Yeah. Don't make your tag, because already you're taking a long time to get into the final third, and then you're taking your time more. So I encourage pass into space. Yeah. So those are the changes I make. Now the thing about this kind of tactics is, these fullbacks, right? They're gonna have to be a bit, to make more forwards. Okay, attack. Just leave it like this. If you do struggle, it's probably gonna be because you don't have the players for it. Because these kind of tactics is all about sitting in opposition thirds and trying to score goals. You will struggle for goals with a 4-3-3 all the time because you don't have the players for it. And I'll tell you, these are defensively solid, but you need the players for these kind of tactics. If you don't have them, sometimes what I end up doing is, when I'm looking for more goals, right? I end up playing these guys, as a DM, right? Okay. But these guys you've seen everybody on this stream has seen me do this, right? This guy pushes up. These guys go up. These guys go up. I only play one defender. Then there's a push through the middle, and then I get all these guys all attacking. And I've done that many times. So I'm one more goal. I really want to put the pressure on teams. This is what I do. I turn this guy into a libero. So he goes up the pitch a little bit, and we create havoc on this side of the pitch while we try and score goals from the other side. So when it comes to a 4-3-3, it's not a question of whether the tactic is good enough to score, it's whether you are good enough to make changes. Because 4-3-3 depends on the skill level. Yeah. And these tactics always force you to make changes in games. So if you're not comfortable making changes for games, it will always struggle for goals, because these are tactics that don't give you a lot of goals. 1-0, 1-0. This is not a guaranteed you're going to score 3 goals tactic. You want to score 3 goals, you play a 4-2-4, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, these are the ones that score a lot of goals. These tactics, they're different. My gambit system, my best 4-3-3 plays with libero. Chooks, your tactic. Uh-oh. Out of possession and in possession. This will be interesting. Okay. Out of possession, we've got tracking and then DM nice. And then white midfielder, they're very defensive. Okay. Pressing fullback. Why don't they both be pressing fullbacks? Yeah, I would just make them both pressing fullbacks. Yeah? Don't bother with this. Make them both press, because you got these guys tracking back. And then in attack, you got IF, this guy charging up the pitch. This is one time, right? I'm going to tell you, right? Play halfback here. Why not? This guy goes up, right? This guy will come in and slot into his position. Something you might want to try. Because halfback in a double two will cover this area when you lose the ball. So if this guy goes forward, right, then this guy will slot into this position. Failing which, if you want him to go up, then as this guy goes up, this guy is going to drift to the left. So what you need is the focus play instruction. Where's your team instruction? You need in possession. You need this, supporting runs. You need both flanks and you need focus play both flanks. See, open this up, right? In possession, all instructions. You come here. What you need is this instruction. I mean, you may not need this as much. What the hell? Really? This happened while I was sleeping, is it? Overlap both flanks, balance underlap. You just do. You don't do. I look at this. Underlap both lengths, okay? And balance is like, okay, I would go overlap both lengths. And don't look at me. I'm trying to figure out this thing out myself. Okay. So here, team share. Right? So overlap both lengths. So in advanced wingback, I don't know what you've got him. If you got stay wider, yeah, then you do the overlap on the one I just picked. This guy will drop in this position. Then you got the focus play, right? So what will happen is when you're attacking, these guys will shift to the left a bit more to support play. So he will shift a bit more to the left, right? That's the only change you make. And then this guy, yours is going to be the overlap over the underlap, not the underlap over the overlap. That's fine. So you got this IF. Why do you have an IF here when this guy is charging up the pitch? He's going wide. Okay, I get it. So if he goes this way, this guy is actually in this pocket. So he'll be like charging up. He's like an extra winger that will just drop the ball into the area. DLF on support, don't channel forward. If you play a DLF, he's going to waste a lot of time. Linking up play just for the AP. What's the point, right? So AP, just leave the AP alone. Okay, channel forward will go left and right. So when he goes left and right, this inside forward can attack the spaces, wide forward can attack space because this guy is coming in to deliver all the crosses. So that's how I tweak it. Yeah, just make those small changes and this tactic is going to rock, man. This tactic has got potential. And another thing you might want to think about is that you try out some games like DA. If this hole opens up, right, then play a halfback here. Okay, so we've done Chooks. And then what is this? Left OZ. Okay, let's go and play this tactic. Go on holiday. Next match, confirm. Estupinian. How many people think that... Okay, how many of you think I feel I regularly make changes? Yeah, you end up making a lot of changes in games. If you play a 4-3-3, a lot of changes. No? That's a painful thing. I like making changes in games. But, as long as you know what you're doing. I really pity those people who make changes and they like, I don't know what I'm doing. Then that is tougher for them. Yeah. Just remember, tempo gets more players up in support and lack of tempo does the opposite. Okay, so this is nice. Winger, fullback, DM, quite simple. Yeah, nothing wrong. Box to box going up, BCB. Okay, defensive. Not too attacking. Or if you got any PIs in the tactic. Okay, I like this. Okay, this guy's going to my kind of tactic, man. Definitely can work. Yeah. The only thing I'll do with this kind of tactics, right? This guy is going out, I'll turn him into a libero. If I'm looking for goals. 4-2-3-1s are not difficult to get right in Football Manager. Because they're already high up the pitch, right? And then because a lot of the teams are dropping back to defend in their defensive shapes, right? So the 4-2-3-1 is already positioned very nicely to put pressure on them. Yeah. So let's see how we do. So we're playing Leche, if I'm not mistaken. Are we playing Leche? Hard to tell, names always not always the same. Pasalic, nice. I like 4-2-3-1 works. This one definitely works. Yeah, I don't see any reason to change anything. I think the tactic is genuinely good. Yeah, a lot of the 4-2-3-1s you find in the Dropbox folder along the similar lines. There we go. Okay, we saw that already. I know it's decent already. So you don't have to play ball into box again. Yeah, there we go. Patience standard. Yep. Runs left. You're going down the left flank. Nice. Okay, I like this. Okay, you're focusing down the left flank. So you always have to have the right kind of players on the left flank. More creative players that bring the ball forward and are attacking. So we got Pasalic. No, he's not playing on the left. Yeah, Pasalic. If you play focus play, Left. He might move to the. He might drift to the center. He might drift there. Let's see. I think Passage is playing the center. Yeah, he should be. Yeah, correct. He's a shadow striker in this tactic. So he's going to be in the box, not in the left and the right. Galo, okay, defending. No, nah, it's good. Is there a link for Dropbox tactics? There's always been a link. It's in the chat, but not like. There's always been a link for Dropbox tactics in the folder. I think I'm gonna have to put up the link soon. Again. I public Dropbox. Don't know whether the Dropbox link is the same. FM26 Dropbox downloads. I think this is a link. Yeah, that's a FM26 Dropbox download folder. It's not for a place for you to upload your tactics. It's just a place for you to download stuff. Yeah, like for tactics and stuff. No skins. I don't provide skins. Views and stuff. Yeah. But you putting in tactics will not be that's not the place where you put in tactics. The link I gave is a separate link for tactics uploads. So cautious. Okay. We go to attacking. Okay. We don't have to be so cautious. Our defensive line is a bit low. Yeah. And they already scored a goal. I just realized we were cautious. I just looked up and I noticed. Again, the only goals we've been conceding so far are all set pieces, no? That's all we've been conceding, no? Set piece goals. Damn it, that's very annoying. Okay. Okay. One thing I have to admit, right? I'm not a big fan of asking the AM to be a shadow striker. That's all. Yeah. Because you already got 3 players in the final third who can score goals, who are in great positions to score goals. The AM in the center will always end up arriving into the area to score goals. The strength of a 4-2-3-1 is the fact that you can get the flank guys to get in dangerous positions. Whereas the shadow striker himself is always going to arrive in front of defenders. So what I normally like to do, I mean, you can do it like this, but then if you do it like this, you're going to have to change the tactics slightly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is box to box going out, fullback coming up, winger, tracking and taking midfielder. Okay, this guy is coming. I'm going to make these guys press and this guy's press to win the ball back. Okay, or we get this, and then we get this guy to track, and we get this guy to track defensively. Okay, so we jam them up on the flanks. Okay, that's how we defend now. So we're gonna put more pressure on the opposition by defending a bit more aggressively, by getting these guys to do the press high up the pitch, and getting these 2 guys to follow the target so that it's harder for them to pass the ball. Then these 2 guys become free in the middle. Okay, so now we are a bit more aggressive in the press. See that he's pressing already. So this way we put more pressure. Yeah, it opens us up on the flanks, but definitely we have options. Because we want to create the situation where we can counter-attack them too. This is why there's no risk without reward. Right? We consider the goal. My mistake. Which do you consider the best narrow tactic? I don't consider anything. What? Best narrow tactic? Diamond, 4-2-1-2. That would, the 4-4-2 diamond is the best one. Because he's got passing lanes on the flanks and on the inside, right? Very hard to defend against that. Then the other one would be the 5-2-1-2. 5-2-2-1. The 5-2-2-1. The box 5. And that is very strong. Very, very strong. Because defensively, very hard to break down. And then when you don't have the ball, you can put the opposition under pressure. Okay, like okay, let's take you away, make you a playmaker, then ask you to roam. Ask you roam left and right. Yeah, you gotta do that. Then winger, fullback, box to box. Okay, fine, still works. This guy roams left and right, winger. It's gonna end up looking like my tactic. Yeah. It's gonna end up looking exactly like my 4-2-3-1. Yeah. Passing, back. Okay, this one, right? You got no. I wouldn't put focus down one left. Yeah, unless you have the players for it. So you're gonna go both flanks, and then supporting runs both flanks. Don't be shy. Yeah. Both sides will go up the pitch to support play. That means you get underlaps on both sides. So for me, the best one is going to be the 4-2-1-2 and the 5-2-2-1. Yeah, both of them are very strong. But the 4-2-3-1 narrow, I wouldn't waste my time. Yeah. 4-2-3-1 narrow, to be true, right, to be honest, right, I haven't really tried it. Nah, I still don't think it's very strong. Because the two DMs at the back, and then you got three in the front area. You got to play them as channel forwards, I guess. This tactic, I not too thrilled with our performance as well. I think tactically, right, this kind of tactics, because when we make these two attacking, right, like this channel, and we are literally asking that these two be the goal scoring threats. Then because he's moving forward, this guy coming up, right, then we got a lack of movement in the final third. That's my only concern. So for me, I would rather have like we go down the flanks and then get these guys to pivot left and right. So he pivots left and right. So for that to happen, these guys become like AP or AM with a roam from position. Roam from position like this. Then he'll pivot left and right this way. Then we've got his wingers, and fullback. Can work. Yeah. Then this guy is attacking high up the pitch. And then I know we use this. Oh, no wonder. You got to play. You got to do this, right? Ask him to get further forward. Yeah, he has to get further forward. And that's why I didn't realize that the tactic didn't have. This is off, like, You think if you want this guy to play such an impactful role, he's going this way, He's going this way against this guy. So that's one movement pattern, right? Okay, so they're going to definitely clash into each other. So if you do something like that, when he goes this way and he goes that way, then sometimes you'll do it this way, sometimes you go that way, then I would do the same thing here. Right? Instead of keeping him back, because this is too defensive. Yeah. So I would definitely at least get him to be further forward, make more runs. So this is essentially asking him to be slightly further forward. And then when this guy drifts left and right, he's going to have passing options. So this guy is going to end up here in the attacking transition. This guy is going to move here. So what you really need these two guys to do is, because this happens, right? You need them to actually explore these spaces here. This is the reason why I play four fullbacks. Because if not, we're going to have a problem transitioning the ball. So that's why I always ask these guys to go here or here, wherever there's space. When we play them in their natural positions. Hey, FM Guru! Wow! Long time no see, man. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. How are you? I'm doing well. Just going through the tactics, telling people how overrated low crosses and work ball into boxes if they're not getting tap-ins. Hope you're well, man. Pinto Rico. Like 2 CM, 1 AP with 2 shadow strikers and DLF. Yes! I tell you what, one of the best, right? I tell you this, honestly, right? You cannot go wrong with this tactic. If you want to play, right? You want to have fun, right? Absolute mayhem. You play this tactic. Advanced wing back, I guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun. I guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun. This guy is here, this guy is here. You can play any role, no, here. Any role. You can play shadow striker, this guy channel forward. This guy charging, this guy box to box, and in one DM. White centre back here, white centre back here. Or you can play libero here, libero here. I mean, this is a psycho tactic. Why? It's a 3-4-3. These guys will come here, this guy will come here, this guy will go here. What do you have? You play like this, no? In the opposition third. The opposition cannot get to the ball. And it's super attacking. This is one of the most attacking systems in the game right now. And it's guaranteed to defend well. Because why? Because it drops like this when you're defending. It drops into a 5-4-1 naturally. You don't have to go and sign dotted line. Oh, I want you to go to this position. I want to go to this place. I want to go to this place. I want to go to this. Draw a line on notebook. You're working in school, right? Like this is what I want to do my tactic. No need. Don't have to bother. The same formation in and out of possession will do that for you. Oh, well, man. Do I have a thing for you then? What? You have something for me? Present? Really? Oh man, I gotta go and check my Discord. Thank you very much. This year, the whole position PI is similar to the make fewer runs PI. This year, the whole position PI is similar to. Okay, there's no whole position PI. They removed it. You don't have whole position. Where got whole position? You show me where your PI got whole position. Why? Come here. No more. There's no more whole position. Where? Hold up ball. There's no whole position. The roles are hard-coded now to hold position. We can't. No more exploiting the whole position. Last time we could. Hold position, right? Now you cannot. Yeah, there are a lot of things. But don't if you want to make a tactic, 5-2-2-1 is damn good. 5-2-2-1 is excellent. My goodness. This is one of the better ones. Now, my crazy mazy is one of these tactics. Right? In fact, the first tactic I made, right? The first tactic I made on Football Manager, right, was this. For when FM26 launched, was a 5-2-3 strikerless, because it tore the match engine apart, right? Because I was playing box to box, AVB. Then I think I had second striker. Oh no, channel. I think I had channel midfielder, and second striker. It just tore because box to box end up here. These guys go here. This guy go here. This guy goes here. This guy goes here. The AI cannot defend. Doesn't know where to go. AI is most of the tactical systems are quite simple. Just send you the file in Discord's DMs. Okay. Wow, this one different. Must use different. Hey, you have to see my face for a while. Oh no! My kids they're a lot of fun. No? Note to self, don't give your children access to your computer when you want to stream. On the days when you stream, of course. Otherwise, your kids will redesign your screens and make you wonder. Trying to press the other button. They kind of reformat. My kids are trying to, I can't blame them. They want to be techie. They want to be techie. I got to, wait, hold on. I have to wait for the Stream Deck to be. The Stream Deck's update didn't really help me out very much. Yeah, they have too much fun. They got too much time on their hands. Good. My kid, I want to basically, for my kids, right? I do have ADHD. I do have so-called, my time, they didn't call kids like me. They didn't say I had ADD or ADHD in my time. They had no such terminology. I definitely have it. I actually went to get myself diagnosed after a while. Say, hey, do I have ADHD or not? Doctor said, yeah, you have all the symptoms of ADHD. I said, oh, cool. Does that make me
Hi,
more
how
fun?
are you?
Show in folder. Which folder did this end up in? Okay. Oh, it went to my C drive. Okay. Okay, copy. Let's see your tactic. In case you guys don't know, FM Guru is the French Tiki Press. Yeah, I saw your tactic a long time ago. No, the show started a while ago. Yeah, one of the first few tactics. You was from Discord, right? 100% I saw your tactic. We play your tactic. We had to make a few changes to your tactic. That much I do remember. Because I think some of the instructions were kind of interesting. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad tactic. I'm just saying that everybody has a different way of approaching the game. Like just now, you know how much I hate halfbacks, right? I don't like halfbacks in any tactic. No. Yeah. There's an exception in the back five. Okay, that's the only one that I think the halfbacks have a funky role. They do some funky work in the back five. And then one of you came up with a halfback tactic, which had them in a back five, and it was funky and it worked. So yeah, so I like to see all these tactics because some of you guys come up with some interesting tactics. So always like that. Okay, load. So where we go? MDR, pardon. Oh no, it's strikeless again. Oh look, I like this. I love this. I really like this. Hey, guys, why aren't you all more attacking when you're defensive? A defenseless tactic. No, it's not defenseless. The out of possession is like this. In possession, no defend. OCB. OCB is a good question. It's in French. Overlapping centre back. I say it's in French, right? Because I haven't probably used it. Yeah. Outlet center back, outlet center back. Or overlapping center back. Oh, this would be interesting. Never used this role before. I'm not a big fan of the. Are you sure my tactic? No, not your tactic. Your tactic, they are halfback. I'm talking about another guy's tactic, which are halfback. Yeah, you can watch the stream again, Atiki. It's there. I covered your tactic. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. So here we go. So let's take a look at that tactic. I need funky. I mean, no center backs. Your halfbacks. Yeah, it's a bit wacky. Okay, so okay, there's a quicker way to see all the rules. Okay, let's go in here. Okay, I'm not here. There's a quicker way somewhere. I'm not here. Okay, defensive midfielder. Goalkeeper, what's he doing? Nothing new. Okay, defender, anything? Or shoot less often? Why? Okay, everybody, is it? Oh, no, we need to go. Why the defender shoot less often? Oh, the overlapping centre backs. Okay, he's overlapping centre backs. Both of them been told to shoot less often. Okay. And then the defensive midfielder has also been told to shoot less often, take more. This hard coded. Okay. Then the attacking midfielders, okay, take more risks. Okay, that makes sense. Roam from position. Okay. Then the midfielder on the right, take more. Wow. Okay, so the midfielder on the right, okay, this guy on the flanks, right? They have been told to start from a wider position, but when they get the ball, he wants him to come inside with the ball. Okay, take on players. So they start from wider positions to cut inside. All right, and they're given a bit more latitude to do movement. So they've got more latitude to do more. That's why you use a roam from position instruction. Yeah. So the roam from position instruction gives them latitude to do more movements. And then their starting position is also higher. Forward runs. Guys, I would dribble more. Okay. AM. AM make more roam, take more. Okay. Everybody is gonna shoot less often. Make more runs, take more risks, roam from position. Everybody's roaming, man. It must be a French thing. Yeah, like I said, subscribing to the YouTube channel is just subscribing to the YouTube channel. Okay, you wanna join the Discord, you have literally got to be on subscribe on Twitch. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Shadow Striker, out of possession. We got out of possession. I think I don't think there are too many. Yeah, it doesn't. I know him. He doesn't have these funky ones that I have. Oh, roam for position. This one's all dead. Out of possession. Oh, he's got the same as me. Okay, mark position. Interesting. Who is he marking? The opposite central defender. Okay, this guy. Out of possession. Okay, this guy is marking the left center back. This guy? Out of possession. He's got the right full back. This guy? The position. He's got the left full back. He's got all, what's that? The former Leeds coach. Everybody's man marking. He didn't. You should have gone all the way. You should have gone all the way. I once sent in a bug, no? I once sent in a PKM to SI, to report a bug. But I intentionally put everybody marking different players. So then for the first few hours, right, whoever got the report was panicking because they really thought there was something wrong. But all the players were moving in very strange directions. Then after that, I waited for a few hours, right? Then after I sent them another message, I had man marking on. They all laughed because that was intentional. I actually made them all go and look. Because the man marking was crazy. It was like everyone's going all over the place. So that's one of the reasons why I think I'm a bit quite wary of man marking. It looked like a bug. It really looked like a bug. All the way it doesn't work. Yeah, it does not work. It never worked. Man marking is painful. Not because of the UI. Yeah. The UI makes man marking very difficult. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to do something. Okay. Just watch the video back. You said you did my tactic last week. No, I just did the tactic. Oh. Tiki Price, I did your tactic last week, right? I think I did your tactic last week, no? Oh, I don't think you did. Okay, never mind. I'll have a look at it again. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, go to match. After you, since you're here, better make sure that it's the right tactic. Okay. All right, where is it? Don't. Okay, let's go. Where is your tactic? Ding. Oh, not here. File request. Okay, there we go. And then Discord. You uploads. Defend help. Do Discord. Is this one, right? BYT. Hey, Lama, thanks for the raid. Oh my goodness, people are coming in. 43. How was your stream? How was your stream? We're just taking a look at FM Guru's tactic. Thanks, man. We're taking a look at FM Guru's tactic. Hey, my S-Man is so confused, right? Look at that. This is what it looks like, though, to him. To him, this is what the tactic looks like. Yeah. All right, this is my S-Man. He's gone. Okay, when we combine everything, this is what it's going to look like, sir. We're going to have a whole bunch of players in the center of the pitch. Yeah, they're all here. How many of them? I don't know, sir. It looks like 3 of them. Then where about the rest of the players? They're all over the pitch here, somewhere here. There's a group of players here. So this is what the tactic looks like. Holy cow. Okay, we're gonna have to clear all the whole squad first. Okay. All right, because the out of possession and the in possession don't match. Okay. All right. Okay, combine. Now we quick pick. In possession. Kosuno is going. Where is he going? Kosuno and someone are changing positions. This is a tough part now. Okay. Kosuno and Yimisti don't agree. Yimisti is here. Kosuno is here. Holy cow. Lukman and Maldini. Oh God. This is why I hate these kind of tactics, though. Okay. This is why I hate these tactics, though. Okay. When I make this kind of tactic, I gotta spend 1 bloody hour. Okay, this guy's gonna go here, this guy's gonna go here. This is the UNCOS tactic. Okay. Stream was relegated from Serie A last season, a slow start to Serie B. Oh man, don't have to watch my tactic, or just make your tactic the same as in and out of possession. But first, we gotta figure out this puzzle box here. Okay, all right. Hey, Guru, you're here. Okay, fullbacks are your OCB wingers. Okay, fullbacks are my OCB wingers. Fullbacks, so Zappa Costa is to come here, and Bellanova is to come here. These are my fullbacks. Okay, right, we got that out of position. Fullbacks are here, then they are here already. Okay, all right. So the BCB DLP DM, I guess is this combination here. Okay, so in possession, one the DM. So I guess this is the 2 defenders. Yeah, these are 2 defenders. Right. So these are the left back and the right back, and the DLP is probably this guy. Okay, right. I suspect. So okay. So in possession. Okay, this is okay. Daljit, you gotta figure this out, man. By 2 defenders, put the 2 defenders in here first. Okay, so we got Kolesina and Scalvini. Okay, that's sorted. Out of possession. So in possession is going to be Kolesina and Scalvini. Okay, so Scalvini comes here. Kosuno comes here. I think so. Kolesina, Dibisti. I got that right, unless of course. Okay, all right, I know, mistake. My mistake is Kosuno is not supposed to be here. Scalvini is supposed to be here. Okay, Scalvini, we put him here. Dear Lord, this is going to be funky. Okay, all right. And then Dimisti is going to be here. So this one is Dimisti. Okay, done. Nah, no more errors. Except now only got this guy. Okay, we fixed it so far. Okay, in possession. Kosuno now is here. He should be... The rune is there. So, Kosuno is here, but we need to get the DM here. The DM, these 2 DMs are correct. Then we got the 2 wingers, Lukman and Maldini. This is correct. Pasalic and Kosuno. So that's quite easy to fix. We just have to look for the player that's one of these things is not like the other kind of player. So we just move you here. And then we move you here. Yeah. Oh God, this is crazy, man. Okay, Scalvini, Lukman, Pasali, Darun. Okay, move Darun here. This is going to take forever. Okay, Darun, Maldini. Okay, Kosuno. Okay, now I'm not. Okay, I'll tell you what we do. Make life will be easier. Play the guys in where, play the players that we want. Okay, Skamaka will play here. Pasalic will play here. Okay, All right. The Rune will play here. No, Colosinite will not play there. Then we will play another Bresciani. Okay, we'll play Bresciani here. Okay. All right. So we got our attacking lineup. Okay, this is what they'll look like in attack. Or rather out of possession. Okay. In possession, then we want Bresciani. So Sapa Costa. Hey, you know one thing, You know one thing with this tactic? I guarantee you this much, people are gonna be like, okay, not easy to take credit for somebody else's tactic. Yeah. Okay. Bresciani is in the wrong place, of course. We want when they attack, we then defend, we want them to drop into this position. So by attack is where we want to worry. So we want the two shadow strikers here. We want the two natural wingers, fullbacks who can wingers or fullbacks who can play there. Lukman and Maldini. This one should be Lukman and Maldini. Okay, Lukman should be here, Maldini should be here. Okay, done. All right. Then Skamaka and Bresciani change. Okay, done. Then Bresciani and Dimisti change. Done. These two change. Done. Okay. All right, done. So now we've got Dimisti, Scavani, Darun, Bresciani, Basalic. Almost correct. Okay. Now it's the defenders. Okay, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things. Oh, there we go. The Rune Bresciani. So we want these guys, the DLP, to move up. Yeah, so he's a bit more attacking. So this guy will move here. Yeah, this guy is a defender. He'll come here. The Rune will move up, or Bresciani will move up. Since this guy is a bit more attacking, he goes up. All right, now we know. So we got them. So, okay, looks correct. Okay, looks correct. Yeah, baby. Hey, I got it done. All right, we got it done. So this is how it's going to look like. Because the way I played it is because since these guys are defenders, right? These guys are how did he get past that, man? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay, so Bresciani, Maldini, Kamaka. Okay, done. Let's go. Go to match. Ask the assistant to sign. Okay, here we go. Let's check out this tactic. Llama, guys. Hope you're enjoying yourself. So we're gonna taking a look at FM Guru's tactic now. Then we got Tiki Press's tactic left. Okay, here we go. We're going to see this tactic from, we're going to look at it from 2D and then we're going to watch it extended. And then remove this thing that I don't really like very much. Okay. All right, let's see this in all its glory. It should work. Because the overlapping centre backs, right? Then winger, Passage goes up. Yeah. And then when we lose the ball, they fall back into the natural positions. As long as, when you make tactics like this, right, where everybody's moving all over the place, right, you have to have a really clear idea in your head of where they are going to go, no? Right? So if you don't, right, it's a mess. So we got these, we know that these two guys are the defenders, right? So when we get the ball, one of the defenders pushes up, and I chose the DM to be the defender, right? Because he's a locked in for a defender. And then, so then it's like a stagger. As they move up, they move up. No, you know what I spoke about creating a vertical ladder, right? So he's actually doing a ladder by just the movement itself. So basically what happens is there's a lot of vertical movement by the players in the middle as they step up into that space. It's a technical, yeah, it can be done. It's not bad. It's quite nice. It's impossible to mark because the AI is not playing like this. This is unfair. Cannot do this. Okay, you can't be doing this, Guru. This is not fair, no. This is not fair. You're bullying the AI. I think you got it. I think I got it right? It should be here. Yeah, Scalvini and Zimisti. Out of possession, Scalvini and Zimisti. So, wait, let me see. Scalvini, Zimisti. Hold on, something's wrong. Wrong. It should be this way. Ding. Because Scalvini has to move here. Then Scalvini move here, Zimisti will move there. This guy will move here, and this guy, that's how it's about. The Bresciani moves left. Bresciani moves up. The Rune is here. So because he vacates the spot, the Rune will drop. The Rune, yeah, correct. The Rune and Bresciani is fine. I chose Bresciani to go forward anyway. Yeah, okay. That works. Yeah. Yeah, the left DM stays, right, as the DLP on my end. Yeah, I guess so. The left DM is your DLP, right? Yeah. I chose the right because my player. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference because this guy holds position. Right? This guy does not always hold position. Yeah, depends on your PIs. He could be further up. And because Bresciani is gonna move up, and then the rune Scavini and Dimistian will leave them there. Yeah, I'd leave it like this. See how it goes. We'll see. Shouldn't be that much of a difference. But here, these kind of tactics, right? The mistake will come in if you do substitutions. If you don't know, if you like suddenly forget, right? Oh, that's when it's gonna hurt, man. That's when it's gonna be painful. You're on the wrong page, right? You use the in possession and then you make a change, right? You really do it there. Boy, good luck to you. Your whole tactic falls apart. Nice, right? I like your tactic. Not bad. Quite funky. Strikeless one. It's quite interesting. Because you see the movements are there, right? So you got them passing through space as well. And then no work ball into box. I hope you don't have it. Please, don't. Yeah, you see? No bloody work ball into box. I tell you, anybody who tells you work ball into box and low crosses is a meta, got something else coming to them. Depends on the tactic. I made this guy, you never have to pick quick pick. Yeah, you cannot pick quick. I just did that. Yeah, you cannot pick quick pick. You have to do it yourself. Yeah. If you quick pick, you're in trouble. The AI will put it in the wrong position. They choose it based on CA for the players in the position. And positional familiarity, I think, I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Yeah. Okay, I have to check in on my kids soon. Yeah, defensively, look, it works, right? Because he's using two fullbacks, and they're both overlapping centre backs. So they go up the pitch, nice, through the middle, and what a goal! But he's offside. Oh my goodness. If he just held his run, if it just held his run, it would have been a great goal. Yeah. Neres, McTominay, defensively, 3-5. Defense like a 4. Defended, cannot get past the goal. And someone is doing man marking, right? See the man marking, how it works in Football Manager. Yeah, it would not work when you have the ball. You have to wait when you don't have the ball. Okay. Oh. Pasalic went for goal. Let's go. Okay, Zappacosta. The rune. Once he gets to the central midfield, that's when the tactic sets the trigger. But that's when I look for the trigger, because that's when you will see the AI trying to create those passing patterns, or rather those attempts. Those passes that lead to shots on goal kind of thing. And it's a good test. We're playing against a 4-3-3. 4-3-3s are notoriously defensive. So you have to really bring the game to them. But the 4-3-3's always got these gaps here, you see. And this, you look at that. This tactic is asking to concede goals. So this Guru's tactic could score a lot of goals against this tactic, because we can get behind their defenders quite often. Another shot. Not bad. I like this. So they're playing a wing back, right? So then DRP holding position. Then look at that. It's like forms a tree. Nice. Pasalic in. Oh my goodness. Again, a lot of these through balls over the top. A lot of them. I would never use work ball into box with this tactic. Yeah, I think the strength of this tactic is the early cross or getting into the area. Even early cross, can be good. I probably wouldn't use it, but early cross will at least prevent too many attempts at going too high up the pitch. Because if you play with like mixed crosses, right, then sometimes the AI will try and give you early crosses because of the mentality. Yeah, can be risky, Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they get low crosses without doing the cutback. Yeah, they don't need low crosses in this tactic. In fact, half the time right now, right, you don't need to play low crosses on Football Manager 26 at all. Yeah, I'm like one of those guys that doesn't want to use it. Yeah, because in a lot of the crossing is too easy. In fact, my crossing numbers are something like 40 to 50% at the moment. Yeah, so in all my tactics right now, I'm generating very high cross percentages because the match engine is very cross friendly at the moment. So you don't really need to add low crosses because you're gonna get low crosses a lot. Last year I think it was different. The year before that it was even more different. I think the only time I would say that low crosses was a thing, right, was FM21, where you needed low crosses literally, right? That was when I had to make low crosses had to be a thing because we had to get to the byline. It was not easy, and we used the low crosses to get the Mazzalas free, right, in the final third, because in FM21 the Mazzala was the king of rolls. Yeah, I normally would probably just go like, the only difference here is you don't play low crosses, just play like either standard or early crosser. Yeah. But early cross sometimes happens here, you see. Yeah. This is the location for early crosses. So you see a lot of the balls, right? They will just go this way, right? So sometimes what I do is I will just come in here, team instructions, and then this is the only thing I change. Yeah. I just go standard. And then your tempo is already quite high, right? So that's enough. Right? You got running, okay, and pass into space. That's it. Yeah. That's about it. That's the only other change. Yeah. Whip crosses can, but situational again. Whip crosses, you only play whip crosses when you are Speedy Gonzalez strikers. Yeah. If you don't have really fast strikers, don't play whip crosses. Yeah. So this is enough. Yeah. So whip you will still get with standard. Yeah. I rather leave it to the mentality. Right? Like right now he's playing a very attacking mentality. So you might see whip crosses as well. So you don't have to force the issue. The game doesn't need you to force the issue. Not bad, what? Quite funky. I mean, it was from Guru. What? Last time I used to play double DMs also, right? And then was one of Guru's tactics that he played more and less. That's where I got the inspiration from as well. It was one of his tactics. I saw it. I said, yeah, it makes sense. What? I didn't think of it, but he did. He had one of his. He brought on the stream. What? That's when I started adding it to all of my tactics, and I discovered that it actually does make a big difference. Especially when you play twin roles, like the DMs. The DMs, they are brilliant at this. The only thing, right, is that you need runners with this tactic. And you need this kick-ass distributor here. We need kick-ass distributors here. We're going to change this guy, take more risks. He's already done that. No? He's already done that. No? I was looking at adding this. He's already done that. We're going to give him standard, more direct. Okay, more direct. All right. And then this guy, go to play instructions, standard. No, I'm going to go more direct. Where is the passing instruction, man? Shish kebab. Okay, that's this more direct. Okay. Trying to take a bit more risk with the ball. I know on attacking mentality, we see longer passes, but I'm just trying to force the issue now. Because I want to win this game. When I go to key highlights now. Seen enough. I think there's a lot of pen. Yeah, it definitely were. I didn't come out with the DMD. I mean, I came out, I have always used DM, but I take more and take less risks, right? It was you. Your tactic. The one that you posted, I remembered. No, that one. Then after I started trying it out a lot of my other tactics, I discovered, yeah, this is actually very workable. It made a lot of sense because up to that point, right, as I never revealed in detail what that take more risks was doing. And then when they admitted that it was affecting more than just passes, it affected movement, that was when it made a lot of sense. All came together when I started playing your tactics. I said, yeah, no, I get why it's such a good instruction. Well, okay, what? Nice. Right? Defensively solid. Yeah. Player dependent now. Player dependent. Is this set up? My thought is that a defensive line, all of them has to take more risk. I mean, you could ask the whole back line to take risk, but then it becomes a case of chunking the ball up. And then you could end up with too many situations where you could give up goals. So I would not recommend that the back line take more risk with the ball. Yeah. In fact, I had to take more risks, right? It became too challenging because now the midfielders are trying to release the ball. And then if we don't release the ball, we get into trouble. So that's not good. It's okay. I mean, tactics are not meant to be like, I don't believe that when you make a tactic, right, it's more like, what kind of vision do you have in your tactic, right? The goal is you always have to find the players to make it work for you. And strikerless tactics, they kind of need a breed. They need a breed. So we managed to get into positions, but, offside. Two of them were offside, right? This is offside as well. It's okay. The fact of the matter is that we have actually ended up, fourth on the table, and we play a different tactic every single game. Just goes to show you, right? This match engine, there are a lot of players waiting in the final third for the pass. Yeah, that much I'll admit. So that's when you know the tactic has got potential. For me, the moment I see 5 across the line, right, and then I can see players in position, right, that's when I know. That's when you got it. Because the moment you get players with acceleration, pace, strength, first touch, you're golden. That's when you know you're going to win. Yeah. So all you need is just that. The only thing you worry about tactics, right, is when you get into the final third, right, do you have players who can attack space? If you got, that's it, your tactic is golden. That's it. You done it. You done the work already for your tactic. It's when you don't do that, that's when it becomes an issue. Yeah. That's not a bad tactic. You like it. Let's see, where is Tiki? Tiki, that's your tactic. Sorry, Tiki, I thought I did your tactic. Could have sworn I did your tactic. But it's okay. Then we go and do this. Okay, now we go. This is the best. I mean, I hate to say this. The best thing about Football Manager 26, right? It reminds me of CMO 304. Okay. Because back in CMO 304, that's all I did. No, go game to game to game to game to game playing tactics, right? In FM26, right, because you can't really do youth development anymore, the training page is just painful to watch. I can't really, so I'll just leave it to the ass man to train, and I just, deal with the players and they come on, and it's all about tactics now. Okay, looking at tactic, in possession, out of possession. Yeah, I played this just now. Oh, no, I didn't. I could have sworn I played this tactic on a previous stream. Okay. This, I can tell you one thing, right? The winger IFB box to box is nice because the winger gives us width. The IFB is going to hold his position. The box to box comes here, right? So the AP is shift. All you need is focus play left and right. That's all. Wing back goes up, a very attacking tactic. Out of possession, it drops back. Tracking, halfback pressing. No, this is a tracking wide midfielder. In fact, the only thing is, right, I feel that you don't need him to track here. You need him to track here. So if you want to make this really solid, I mean, defensively, you get them to track from these positions. So they start following the player in the final third. Yeah. Is it better or not? It depends on the players. Because I would say that this actually, you're asking your players to drop into the defensive positions first, right? So absolutely can't play counter press. No counter press for you. You play counter press, you ask for trouble, right? So looking at a team instructions, right? I don't think you have counter press, right? You got low cross, we don't go all the way down to the byline, so you better keep the ball. Counter press in possession. I don't think you have counter press on. I mean, all instructions. Where's counter press? I can't even see it. Patience will ball into box. Shoot from distance. Damn it. I can't see it. No. Attacking transition. There we go. Okay. Yeah, counter attack whole shape. Okay, and then counter press is here. Sorry, indulge it. It's in the out of possession page. Oh my God, much lower defensive line. Okay, all right. The impact of a defensive line isn't about how defensive your team is. No, it's about how much support you're giving your attack when you have the ball. It means these guys are not traveling. Yeah. This is LFC tactic on our save. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, in this game of Football Manager, you get the best players, they'll do well. This is a tactic you are using in the save, right? But your last few games haven't been. You got smashed by Arsenal. You lost by a big ass margin, man. Yeah, big margin on the stream. Defensively, they sit really low when you have the ball, right? So what will happen is the back line is going to be very deep. Unless you get the final third, then you see look at that. It's quite high up the pitch. So you're going to have to be careful with your tactic. That's all. You're going to be absolutely careful with your tactic. Your Liverpool team got good players. Remember that? You want to see how tactic does, right? Give it to a mid-table team. Out of possession, their priority is to defend. Zalewski. And then the problem with very low defensive lines is, right, the moment the ball goes in the midfield, roles become very important. Like the wing back is high up the pitch. In team instructions, see a much lower defensive line. They'll drop really deep when you don't have the ball. Because that's where they're starting defense. They say all running back to get into the defensive line positions. So on the transition, you're quite weak. So you want them to go all the way back and then start defending. So there's a lot of running your team is going to be doing. Just be wary, that's all. Not bad, can work, but must be careful. I normally go with low defensive line, and then so for me, like I play low block, and then I play the defensive line. I don't need them to be too low because I use the block, right, to determine where I'm going to be defending. So if I want to defend nearer my halfway line or slightly further away from goal, then I always play like mid block. Mid block seems to be a happy medium for me for most of my tactics. I try not to play anything else. Now they're going to run back. You just watch, Chuchu, the fellas now they run back. Okay, all run. Don't take on that. Run first. Run. Then they start defending. You see what I mean? Yeah. So they're not defending, they're running into position. Yeah. So they're letting the opposition get there. So imagine the opposition have roles like winger, wide forward, like runs at defenses. Then you might have a problem, no? I do get high defense line just as a middle finger to the meta tactic comments. Yeah. It's just a meta. I don't know, meta tactics, all I don't understand. People say this is a meta tactic, this is a meta tactic, this is a meta tactic. I'm like, oh shit, I never heard of meta players. Every meta tactic apparently needs players. So that's when I go laughing a bit. Because there's no such thing for me as a meta tactic, no. Because for me, it's meta players. So if your tactic is a meta tactic, it doesn't need players. It won't need players, what? Because it's a meta, right? So you just put in anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, Jane, and Sally should work, right? Right. That's what a meta is. What you didn't say meta qualified by having the right players. Then any tactic has to have the right players. What? So what is the meta? The real meta in Football Manager has never been tactics. It's been the players. So you need to find the right kind of players for the system. So at the end of the day, it's still, you have got to find the players to suit the system. Otherwise, it's not going to work, man. Like I have a lot of creative players, so I play a lot of short corner routines. Right, so my short corner routines are bang on 50% or I think 40%. Let me think. I mean, you guys have been on my streams, right? Literally every single stream, right, got goals from corners, right? Yeah, and they're all short corners. I don't know. For me, meta tactics don't make sense. I never did. And then when you it's hard to have meta, always depend on the players. Yeah, it will depend on the players. Yeah. Some roles are not very happening. Yeah, they're not very good. I'm not a big fan of the halfback. I'm not a big fan of the inverted wing back. Yeah, those are roles. See, your problem is your defensive line right now because your boys are defending so deep. So, yeah, I know you and Gosper's the same. You all brought the same tactics. Both of you showing me your tactics. Okay, just change. You want to win the title. Just change a bit. Your tactic is already perfectly placed to win a lot of games. Just shift your defensive line slightly higher. And you do a lot better. Yeah. Because when you played against Arsenal, right? I think it was Arsenal. You lost 6-2 on the save. You lost all your goals came from all your goals that you conceded, right? All transition. All. So that means when you attack, right, you lost the ball, concede, that AI attack teams got to go. So for me, right, if I concede goals from the transition, it means I wasn't defending well when I lost the ball. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, so it's not bad. I think the tactic is quite interesting, but I'm not telling you how to improve it. No. 6-3 from City. Yeah, you lost to City, or 6-2, that one. I'm not telling you how to improve it. Man, I've got to catch up with you guys. Right, I am like Nottingham Forest. No, I cannot choose any players. I cannot sign players. You got Spurs fan, Matties. All of you can sign your players. Huh? I am the one that has got to play with the players I have. So you think I'm going to improve your tactic? Oh, guess what? This is a much better tactic. You come in and you put it and say that, hey, we upload. No, that's not happening, man. No way. This is like the time I played PvP with you guys, and then I was playing, and then, hey, why does this formation look very similar? That's when I realized I'm playing against my own formation when one of you used it. So it was quite funny. I loved it. But I had fun. So I thank everybody for coming today. Hope you all having a good time. And thank you for bringing up the thanks for being a tactic. So once again, thank you all for all your continued support the channel, Guru. All of you have supported us, subscribe today. Wanzik, Matty, Zark, Spurs fan, Tiki Press, all of you, fantastic people. Thanks to Lama for the raid. Unfortunately, I can't jump into another raid at the moment. No, I can't. I really can't. I want to. I really do. But I got 2 8-year-old. I got a bunch of boys downstairs. I mean, my 2 monsters are about to tear the whole house apart. It's well past their bedtime. And when I leave them to their own devices, they come to my computer and they mess with my devices. Which is kind of saying something about the kind of parenting that I do at home, which is experimental. I let them experiment, but I need to go and sort them out. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for coming on the stream. It's been absolutely sensational. I am sure there's going to be news from SI pretty soon. The FM26 can be a fun game. It just depends on where your starting point is. Right? What do you want from the game? So it's very important you sort that out. I sorted that out. I decided I'm not wanting training, so I'm not going to training. So I'm actually kind of happy now playing the game. Yeah. Yeah, of course, if you think there are issues with the match engine or whatever, don't just bring it up on the forums. Right? There's always people who will listen, or bring it up on my streams as well. If you think there is something that's seriously wrong with the match engine and you've got a save that can show it to me, bring it here. I want to have a look. All right, you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Good night. As usual, the thing doesn't work anymore because my children decided to go and mess around with my goodbye screen.